Good afternoon, grand rising, grand afternoon, good morning to everybody, good evening to you wherever you may be in the world. It's me, the StarFireALchemist. I was about to say also Metaphysical Life Mastery. I'm going to be doing a Cosmic Influences reading today, and we're going to just touch on the astrological transits that are going on this week. Today is, just for reference, Sunday, March the 10th, 2024. My readings are timeless. This will be a timeless collective reading. I've called them my Cosmic Influences readings on the Starfire Alchemist, my secondary channel, for almost 3 full years now. And I sometimes do break them down into zodiac signs. So I'll do like a Cosmic Influences for Virgo, or I'll do a Cosmic Influences for Leo or Sag or Gem or Aquarius. I'll usually break them down into zodiac sign as told to by the Most High and the Holy Spirit, my divine royal ancestors of the highest vibration. And this time I'm just doing a general timeless collective. That doesn't mean I won't break them down into zodiacs in the future, but just for this time period they wanted it to be collective. So any sign, any placement, is more so about whether this message resonates for you or any elements of the message. Just take what's for you. If it's for somebody else, leave it right there on the table. All right. Do not try to make things fit your story, and don't stress yourself out trying to figure out where it goes unless you know deep down, unless you got a strong gut feeling that it's really for you. Also, if you need extra clarity, feel free to pray before and after readings. You can also, of course, watch readings multiple times. This is your free will at work. Go back and look at what you missed. It's no different than watching a movie several times. There are details that you're going to notice that you never noticed before. So your ancestors, guides, benevolent higher power, or whatever beings that you work with may have you come back and watch one of my readings, or, whether it's current or whether it's an older one, and there may be something that has already played out that I predicted 3 years ago. I have been known frequently to do readings for people, and then once I do the reading, it'll continue to play out years ahead of time. So an example of that was I did a reading for a friend, a private reading, in fall of 2022. She really wanted to conceive a baby, and she's actually by extension related to me by marriage. And she and her husband wanted to conceive a baby, well, fiance at the time. And I told her, she kept asking me to do the reading, so I went ahead. I didn't have no problem doing it. But I knew that the Most High wasn't going to tell her the gender of the baby, because I knew the gender of the baby, but they kept telling me don't tell her. And she really, really, really wanted a girl. Well, my readings kept coming. I did a tarot reading for her, multiple oracle reading included. So I had tarot and oracle, and I did a reading with my Egyptian or Kemetic spirit board that I've shown on my community page. And I've done a reading for another client as well. I told her, so when I did the reading, it was the end of September. She was like, girl, I'm on these hormonal injections. They're really expensive because I've got some metabolic stuff going on. So I got to get these injections so that we can conceive more easily. And she's like, girl, they're so expensive. We're only going to do a couple more rounds for right now. So if I don't get pregnant soon in these next couple of rounds, then we're just going to have to wait and take a break from the injections and then come back to that later. And I told her my reading, I did multiple readings for her. This is like 3 or 4 tarot readings and a couple of spirit board readings. I told her, I said, the first time they said don't tell her the gender. The cards kept coming out saying a boy. All right, some people might want to be like, or asking, how do you tell that? Well, that's my secret as a magician. If you want to read tarot, you read tarot. But my reading for her kept revealing that she was going to have another boy, even though she wanted a girl. Well, Most High knew that was going to be disappointing to her, and told her, I said, you better just hope for a healthy baby. I said, this baby's going to be born in November. And she was like, oh, that'll be right on time. I've only got a couple more shots left. That'll be right about that time of my last shot scheduled. And I'm like, okay. Kept coming out saying a boy. A boy conceived in November. The Tower card kept coming out. Okay, which is November, which is Scorpio. I said, this is going to be a Scorpio boy. All right. Long story short, she didn't conceive the baby that fall, which was November 2022. She conceived the baby later, and the baby was born in November of 2023. The baby was born a couple months ago. So my reading told her long before she ever conceived that she was going to have a Scorpio boy, and that is exactly what she got, a Scorpio boy. So no, don't hesitate to go back and watch my older readings, because that stuff still applies. People have come back and told me that stuff was still playing out from readings I did for them years ago. All right, so there's going to be a variety of topics in this message. I'm going to do the 3 tarot decks that I used before in the message that I did called Karmic Treachery. If you're seeing this reading for the first time, or if you're on my channel for the first time, welcome. Thank you for watching and taking some time out of your day to listen to what I have to say. My name is Bree, but my real name is Maria Bree, or Brianna is an artificial name that was given to me by somebody who was not my mother. All right, and more on that another time. If you want to go and research my dossier and look in my spiritual saga, you'll understand why I say that. It's a long history of information that's all true. Fake ass birth certificate, hidden identity, hidden inheritance, all of that in there, okay? But I just want to thank those of you who continue to watch for watching, liking, subscribing, and sharing. This week's astrological transits, today being Sunday, March 10th, 2024. Today's a new moon in Pisces. Depending on your location, the new moon in Pisces may have occurred yesterday, Saturday, March 9th, 2024. But for most in the Western Hemisphere, it was today, early this morning on Sunday. So we have a new moon in Pisces. Some of you may be feeling this energy pretty intensely. I know that I was. And it's kind of mellowing out right now as we're going into that day after energy of where that moon, that super moon energy kind of ease on off of a lot of people. It depends on how sensitive you are. So, excuse me. This week's transits will include, when it comes to this new moon, okay, Pisces is ruled by Neptune. When we talk about new moons in occultism and or moonology is about invocation. So bringing in the energies that you want to work on, you want to heighten and amplify. And full moons are usually about releasing. Now, if you want to know about the other moon phases in between the new moon and the full moon, like the waxing crescent, the waning crescent, the last quarter, the first quarter, and if you really want to work with the moon cycles, then you can do your own research on that. But right now the moon is moving away from Saturn and is going closer to Neptune. The new moon, as of today, is 20 degrees. It's in 20 degrees and 17 minutes of Pisces. All right, so with this moving further away from Saturn and closer to Neptune, goals may be becoming more realistic. Some of you may feel more pressured to obtain these goals and or put more focus on them. But the fact that it's moving away from Saturn and towards Neptune does highlight some harmony and some getting along, some complementary energies with Uranus. And this can make you feel like you need more inspiration. You could be feeling more inspired. You could be feeling like motivating others, or not just yourself. And so this newfound passion and inspiration may make you, especially with this springtime energy of growth. Harvest season is in the fall, but growth, I mean, some plants you can harvest in the spring, but essentially the spring is usually about new growth and coming out of the lull and the dreariness of winter. So the key right now will be, for those of you that are interested in this topic, maintaining your focus but not becoming rigid, because the next sign after Pisces is Aries, and Aries can be very, very stubborn. All right, Scorpios are known to be stubborn because the original ruler of Scorpio is Aries or Mars. Well, it's the most fiery water sign, as they call it. So being in that flow energy of water with Pisces, you want to avoid becoming too rigid and inflexible picking up that Aryan energy, because that's going to hamper some goals. The good thing about it is things may be moving forward quickly for many of you, because all the bodies, meaning all the planets, the major planets, are all direct. So some of you may feel like you're finally coming out of stagnation and this slow moving pace or this drudgery, and finally able to run again, jog, run, walk a little faster, whichever your pace is. Now, we're going to be moving into Aryan season March 19th. So March 19th, March 20th, we're going to be going into Aries season. And right on top of that, on the 24th of March, depending on where you are in the world, March 24th and March 25th, there is going to be a penumbral or penumbral, however you like to pronounce it. It's spelled Penumbral, penumbral eclipse, also known as a total lunar eclipse. That's going to be March 24th, 25th in the sign of Aries. All right. I'm going to get my notebook here because I got a lot of notes. That lunar eclipse, again, a total lunar eclipse on March 24th and March 25th. The energy of that is que sera, sera. What will be, what will be, will be. You know, it's more of, and the reason why it's being called what will be, as in destiny, fate, you know, it is what it is type of energy, is because that total lunar eclipse is going to be taking place in the north node of the moon. So y'all may hear around the tarot community, if you listen to readings or if you're into astrology, a lot of people say your north node, you in your north node, you on your purpose, you on your calling, you on your soul path, your spiritual path, or your life mission. All right, so this total lunar eclipse, that's gonna approximately be 7:12 a.m. Universal Time on the 24th and the 25th of March, may help some of you go ahead and gain that traction that you need to continue working in your north node, whatever that is for you. You may have, most people have multiple light pathways and also have multiple hats that they wear. So just check into that for your own astrology. And also, when I first looked this up, so I heard someone say March 28th, 2024, there's going to be a lunar eclipse. No, it's not on the 28th. It's on the 24th and the 25th. But what is on the 28th is happening in 2127. So check this shit out. When I went and searched lunar eclipse March 28, 2024, what came up was lunar eclipse March 28, 2127. 2127 is the year. So I don't know what that number is for some of y'all, the number or the year 2127, you know, 1272, that number backwards or scrambled in any way. But there will be a lunar eclipse, a total lunar eclipse March 28th, 2127, but there will not be one on the 28th this year. Now, people misspeak, but I just thought that was interesting that it brought up something 103 years in the future. So the number 103, the number 4, or the number 13, 41, 31 may be significant to you. Or even the number 301. Now, on April 8th, there will be a total solar eclipse so that solar eclipse, not the lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse will be in the north node on April 8, 2024, not the lunar eclipse on the 24th and the 25th. So the solar eclipse, which is going to be visible to North America, which is America and Canada, is going to be visible in all of the lower 48, also known as the contiguous 48 states. There's going to be a narrow pathway from Texas to Maine, a narrow pathway of this total solar eclipse or track from Maine, Texas to Maine. The first area that will be able to see totality with this solar eclipse on April 8th will be the Mexican Pacific coast. They'll be experiencing total sun coverage, all right, at 11:07 PDT or Pacific, I was about to say specific standard time. So Pacific standard time is what I meant. Now that date, April 8th, 2024, is a 4-44-44 numerology. 4 times 4, excuse me. So you may want to do 4 times 4 and look at the numbers there. Let me check this because I wrote it a different way. You may do 8 times 4, so the number 48, 84, 24, 42, 32, 23, 5. Any of those numbers, 318, 8, 13, 183, 19 is coming up again, and 91. All right. Going back to the lunar eclipse, which I should have touched on this first, but I got a couple of pages of notes and they're written all over the place. And that's because I get downloads in and out, back and forth, up and down and all that. So the signs that will be particularly affected right now during this new moon in Pisces, as it's moving away from Saturn or Shani in the Vedic towards Neptune, will be Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and of course Pisces, with it being a new moon in Pisces. If you have any of those, I mean, everybody has all the signs and elements in their chart, even if you can't see it, so it could affect you any kind of way, but they just wanted me to highlight that Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces will be most affected under this new moon. All right. That 4-44-44 numerology on that total solar eclipse, some of these people, because it's going to take place in the moon's ascending node, also known as the moon's north node, some of these people that have been standing in the way of your soul path, your spirituality, and your north node is going to get the fuck up out of here. Some of them are going to die. And some people might be like, you just want somebody. No, yeah, I do want some people to die because they wanted me dead. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Yeah, I do. Absolutely. And if they don't go out of here right after that eclipse, they'll be going up out of here soon after that eclipse, because people have made my life hell for too long. And so some things are going to be set right. All right. Pluto moving into Aquarius. Pluto, Hades, into Aquarius, making my long trek into Aquarius officially. And then a fucking total solar eclipse in the north node. Well, all of this trying to kill me and death rituals. You see these candles over here, how tall the flames are? All this trying to kill me and sacrifice me and put me to the sword and throw me under the bus and all that shit was because of my north node and is because of my north node. So I ain't got it fucked up at all. What you need to do is you need to keep an eye on these karmics, that if they've been doing the same thing to you for the same reason, and you need to keep an eye on what's going on with these motherfuckers, because motherfuckers coming on their videos looking real scary. Yeah, I don't want anyone bullying me or anyone who supports me. But you was doing the bullying, no bitch. You stinking asshole. You was doing a lot of bullying. You know, this the same hoe, y'all, that said they ain't gonna let your country ass in the city. They ain't gonna let you in the city with your country ass. Your country ass. That's what that fucking bitch was saying about me. Talking about they wasn't gonna let me in Cleveland. Yeah, I got some shit to say about that, because the other day I went and took a walk down the street. As soon as I got down the street, here comes a car, it was an SUV, it comes flying up the street, uphill. And 3 cops, 3 law enforcement vehicles chasing it. High speed chase, I'm walking on the sidewalk, the car blew by that they was chasing, then 1, 2, 3 silver Chevy Tahoes went after that car. Sirens blaring, okay? Guess who they were? They were Ohio State Troopers. Shout out to the Ohio State Troopers and all the law enforcement individuals out there who support me, because they came by and gave my motherfucking ass, who was told I wasn't going to be let in the city, they came and gave my motherfucking ass a salute the day after I posted that reading. Yeah, that was Thursday. Baby, I posted that reading on Wednesday. That was Thursday afternoon. They blew by here doing a mock high-speed chase and went on. Then when I got to where I was going, I saw yet another police officer, CPD, Cleveland Police Department. Not once, but twice. Then after that, I hear an ambulance wailing. So an ambulance is coming down the street and I'm watching on Euclid. Yeah, I know where the fuck Euclid is at, stanky bitch. Crack smoking whore. I know where the fuck Euclid is at. I know that area well. I told you. You think that motherfuckers don't know what they doing, but you have no fucking idea. You ain't the smartest chick in the motherfucking school, bitch, and you ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. The ambulance comes flying down Euclid. Well, flying is relative because it's only like 35 miles an hour in that area. It's very congested. So the ambulance is coming and I see the sirens going, the lights going, and I hear the sirens. Then as they come to pass me, they turn the sirens off, let the lights keep going, and then as soon as they hit the next street, they turn the sirens right back on to let you know, we see you, Bree. We see you, Maria. We see you, Maria Escobar. We see you, Michael. We see you. So that's state troopers, city police, and EMS saluting me on the same motherfucking day. And the week before that was the fire department. So shout out to all those in emergency services and law enforcement. They know who the fuck is who. And that a dirty bitch ain't got nothing when it comes to me. See, I told y'all that motherfuckers was going to be swallowing their pride and getting real quiet when I step back up here to G-check motherfuckers. See? State troopers flying down my motherfucking street saluting me. That wasn't no real chase. It was a mock chase, and you can use your little pendulum, for these little motherfuckers that talk to demons. Ask the demons if it was a real chase or whether they was flying by saluting me and saying, woo woo, we see you. Thank you for coming back. Because when I said I'm in the city of, the bitch is silly, but not this person I'm talking about. Meaning, I was saying in the last reading, I'm in the city of Elliot Ness. Yes, you goddamn right. See, people don't know what kind of spirits cover me. How you know the spirit of Elliot Ness ain't promoting me? Baby, how you know the spirit of Elliot Ness ain't gave his blessing to me? I told y'all I'm Viking. Elliot Ness is Norwegian. See, people talk a lot, but they can't back shit up. So keep on doing your little dry readings, and they're going to continue to get 0 views, ho. Because all that fucking shit you talk, you did not back it up. I'm willing to meet your motherfucking ass so I can have a reason to call Johnny Law on you. Since the troopers is riding by where I live and shit, you know what I'm saying, saluting me. Since they riding by, they got their eyes on you. I told y'all that hoe was talking all that fucking shit. And the feds was watching her the whole goddamn time. Oh yeah, an unmarked rode by me too. A blacked out Denali rode by me too. Right after the ambulance went by, on the next street, a blacked out Denali went by. And as soon as I looked at it, my spirit said made. Meaning, made you, agents. Made you. Regarding agents, I'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, all that, they ain't gonna let you in the city with your country ass. Look like country people is winning to me, motherfucker. Shout out to Club Shay Shay, a.k.a. Shannon Sharp and Nightcap. Shout out to Uncle Shannon, Uncle Shay Shay. Shout out to Chad Ochocinco. And shout out to Gilbert Arenas. Okay? Shout out to Gil over there. I love Nightcap. I've been enjoying y'all. And I appreciate you, Mr. Sharp, for repping East Orange, New Jersey Fire Department the way you did the other day after I got done talking about motherfuckers is gonna go ka-dow, pop-pow, lay down in the goddamn ground. I appreciate you shooting them up and repping them on your show as you have. You're gonna continue to be blessed. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the motherfucking haters. Don't worry about the motherfucking haters. Don't worry about that shit. I'll get to that sports stuff in a minute because I got some things to say about that little area. Moving along, they ain't gonna let me in the city, and they let a dumb nigger bitch tell it. I was supposed to be dead. Let a dumb nigger bitch tell it. I ain't skilled, but yet I was able to crack her fucking case over her fucking head and show her that she wasn't working with a full deck after all. Now was she? Now where is her fucking supporters now? Where's her fucking supporters now? Where are all you hoes that was agreeing with Nikki Kenyatta Lewis? Where's all you hoes? I don't see you talking no more though. Where's all you hoes? Where are you hoes? You mighty quiet and she looking mighty scared. Talking about bullying, but had all this shit to say while I was being quiet, letting her say it and letting her incriminate herself. She had all that shit to say, but y'all quiet now though. What about it? What about it? So I can send some feds to kick in your door. What about it? So I can send some city cops to snatch your goddamn shit. What about it? So that I can make sure you get jumped next time you come around the fucking corner of the corner store. What about it? Jump up and I will knock you the fuck down. Any of you bitches. Anyway, I've been quiet for too long. Motherfuckers had a lot of shit to say over the years. A lot. But they came back not nigga fucking idiotic piece of shit that they said up. Not a bit of it up. Anyway, moving along. Since they wasn't gonna let me in the city and shit, I wanted to mention Mr. Shannon Sharp because he said, Cat believed in him. Other people didn't believe in him and what he doing in black media and entertainment and sports media. But Cat Williams, shout out to Cat Williams, believed in him. You damn right. He said, forget the haters. Because sometimes, I'm telling you, sometimes that is all it takes is somebody with the right heart to support you or support others. And that'll move you forward. Gotta make it happen. Just like that. He said, regardless of what people talking about, Shannon this and Shannon that and all that, he said he made more from that one interview than in any year that he played in the NFL. So see, these hoes ain't nothing but all they did was, for me and for Mr. Sharp and any of you who have this story of dealing with haters, like they say, if you ain't got haters, you ain't doing something right. And see, I don't hate on people, but I will G-check a motherfucker for trying to destroy me and mine. He said times 3. He said, so whatever I made in the NFL during my highest year, multiply that times 3. That's what I made somewhere around there with that one Cat Williams interview. Well, Cat Williams is from Cincinnati via Dayton, Ohio. Now, there's a connection in here that I noticed with Dayton, Ohio when I was doing some other research. I mentioned in the last reading John Dillinger. John Dillinger has a mugshot. Actually, it was the biopic. So Johnny Depp played John Dillinger in the movie called Public Enemies. In the mugshot in Public Enemies, John Dillinger played by Johnny Depp, had a mugshot that said Dayton, Ohio on it. So see, this is why motherfuckers was claiming that I wasn't gonna be let in the city, but yet I'm right here in the city and the motherfucker ain't got shit to say. Thought she was gonna stay in my energy and do all her spells, but no, that bitch got lung cancer, don't you? With your fucking gray gums and your gray teeth. Don't you got lung cancer, huh? Narcissist, don't you? Don't you got it? Because I told you 3 years ago you had it. Laugh at that. We see how long you be laughing. We see how long you be laughing. Now, when I was doing some channeling before I even sat down to do this message, there were some codes that came up. I'm going to give you all the codes for whomever wants to take it and look into it. Please do so. Oh, goodness. So, one of the things that I meant to say in the last reading that I posted, which was Karmic Treachery, Are You Ready to See? And it's episode number 2. Episode number 1 will be in the box of that reading, and I'll put a link in this box as well. One of the things that I got off track of was me talking about the courts and people doing spells in the courts. One of the things that I meant to say was, so when I listed people that had spells done on you and your situation, the people that were doing spells on them, I named court officials. So I named probate court judge or probate court officer, parole officer. I also named lawyers or attorneys, DA, and one of the ones that I forgot to name, I didn't forget it, actually another channeling, a download came through, and I went on to the next subject matter, which was practitioner spells and stuff like that. Clerk of court is important for some of y'all out there who are dealing with stuff in the courts or are dealing with or will deal with it soon. The clerk of court. All right, clerk of court had spells done on them too, and some people might say, well, what would be the purpose of doing spells on a clerk of court? The purpose of that is to falsify records. That's the purpose of it. If you have a whole legal team going against a person, it's going to be exceptionally hard to keep things proper, you know, in the record and all of that. Going back to John Dillinger, I just want to add that clerk of court is another one that had spells done on them by whoever these people are, if it applies to your situation. My readings are pretty specific in detail, so it's not going to be for everybody. Now, going back to John Dillinger, Johnny Depp is, in my opinion, John Dillinger reincarnated. Johnny Depp is from Kentucky, and John Dillinger was from Indianapolis. So I know it's people watching me from Indianapolis because I said some of y'all probably in the cities that John Dillinger went through, which was, one of them was Indianapolis. He was born there. He's also buried there, and he went through Chicago. He went through a lot of other places, like I said, Dayton being one of them. But in my opinion, Johnny Depp is John Dillinger reincarnated. That's why he was chosen to play himself. See, you ain't got to even deal in the metaphysical and believe in reincarnation. I know what the fuck I see, and I know what the fuck I know. All right? There's a reason why I've shared with you all that there are spirits that will find someone that can communicate with them or that they like in an area, and they will all communicate with that one psychic medium or that one prophetess or that one pastor or minister or what have you. So, there's going to be some readings I'm going to do going forward. I'm not going to announce what they are, but I wanted to say this right now. I had put the ear rabbit, the quotation marks, these up in my last video, and what I was saying was these practitioners. What they are is WACKTITIONERS, okay? WACKTITIONERS. That's what I'm going to start calling them. You hear other people saying it, they got that shit from me. WACKTITIONERs. They're not practitioners, because practitioners know rules of law and they know universal law, and they don't jump headlong in the shit that they out of their depth in. All right. So WACKTITIONERs. I'm here to let you know, WACKTITIONERs, not practitioners. WACKTITIONERs. All right. These are the karmic ones that don't know their ass from their elbows. All right. WACKTITIONERs, the spirits have said that the skies and the planets are in the wrong motherfucking vibe for y'all to still be trying this shit. They told me to tell you, okay? They told me to tell you. Y'all have been, and another reason why I'm calling you WACKTITIONERs is because you've been weed whackers on people's lives and spiritual landscapes. Just tearing up shit. That's all that, I don't need to be deep and spooky with that and convoluted. You tear up shit. That's why you're a WACKTITIONER and not a practitioner. You're not practiced, you're whack. Moving right along, pardon me. I had a dream the other night. Now, one note. The reading that I did, Karmic Treachery, episode 2, where I mentioned the courts, probate court, protonotary, probate court, bond court, bail bondsman, that's another one. Some of y'all done had issues with a bail bonds woman or bail bondsmen. That would be, if you want to listen to that portion or find that soundbite specifically, go to the 1 hour and 8 minute mark on that reading. That will be in the box, part 2 or episode 2. Now, the favor and protection of the Lord was chasing me down. That's what them Ohio State troopers flying through here was about. Woo, woo, woo. Thank you for coming out the day after I put actually the day that the reading dropped. That didn't happen the day after, that happened the day the reading dropped, because I left after I dropped the reading to go for a walk. So the day the reading dropped, they came out, they were out there within a couple of hours. I didn't leave for a couple hours. All right, so ain't no coincidence. You ain't going on no high-speed chase through no tight neighborhood streets like they got in a lot of these Cleveland neighborhoods. You ain't just doing that because it's a real chase. You up in the motherfucking, it's basically like a borough. It's real tight through some of these little neighborhoods because the sidewalks go back to the 20s and before, which is why John Dillinger is coming up and why Elliot Ness came up and why Al Capone came up. All right, the 20s. Now, the FBI have been around for a long damn time. I'm gonna get to that. And I am gonna do cards, of course. I have to get through these notes because later on, if I don't get through them, I will come back and need to get it off of my chest. So, I had a dream 2 nights ago about a scam. So this is the scandal I was talking about on my community page. There is a scandal regarding a social security racket. Now, what is a racket? A racket is criminal enterprise, basically. So it's something that involves intimidation, extortion, blackmail, murder for hire, kidnapping for ransom, all that kind of stuff. A racket is where they get racketeering or RICO charges from. Now, there's some kind of shit going on with Social Security being, what I saw in the dream was there was a lot of senior citizens, and for those of you who have listened for a while, I have hung up a witch that came to me on Astro. She had no business coming to me on Astro because the fucker was dealing with home health care. She was a home health aide, or also known as a sitter, a senior sitter, SITTER, sit with seniors and help them run their errands and stuff and help them prepare their meals safely and remember to take their meds and things like that. She was a sitter, a senior sitter, and she was stealing from the seniors she was sitting for. Well, she shouldn't have came in my fucking auric field talking about she couldn't whoop this pussy. You goddamn right you can't whoop me, bitch. Can't none of you hoes whip me. None of you hoes can whip me, okay? So with that being said, she could have stayed to herself. She still was going to get caught up either way, but she came fucking with me, and what I did was I exposed the fact that she was stealing from her clients. She was stealing from seniors, all right? Well, she went bye-bye because of it, okay? So there was some kind of shit going on in this dream that I had the other night of seniors and children. Listen to what I'm telling you, because this dirty foot whore, the smoker, works with special needs children. There's something going on with special needs children, seniors, and those who need long-term care facilities, adult day sitting or adult day facilities. All right, adult day home health, errand running, anything to do with that, and organized crime. All right, so what it is it's got to do with Social Security scams, nursing homes, convalescent homes, hospice care facilities or centers or homes, home health care companies, nursing care or skilled nursing care facilities, skilled nursing care companies. And the reason why this is coming to me is because I've worked in home health before, and I used to want to be a geriatric nurse when I was in nursing school 21 years ago. Almost 20, so 19 years ago, yeah. 19 years ago last month. I was about to graduate nursing school. Take that damn state board and get my RN, my registered nursing license. Yes, God. I ain't no dumb bitch, like I said. But these dumb hoes love to try me. So, there's something going on where there's a criminal enterprise going on where it's like in all of these spheres or environments that I just named. So, personal homes, where home health care is going on. So, if there's a private LLC or DBA or doing business as we call it in America, or a nonprofit, because nonprofits are in this too. In other countries, they call nonprofits NGOs, also known as non-governmental organizations. They are stealing Social Security funds from these seniors, from these special needs adults and special needs children or minors, okay? Y'all feds need to look into this shit here. because when I say millions of people are affected, millions of people are affected. Now, in the experience, in the dream, these seniors were in a line. Some of them did not have the mobility. So this will go into Medicare too, Medicare scams and fraud. What's really happening is there's something going on with siphoning money out of Social Security and also stealing from clients under the guise of providing the service, whether they're in the home or facility or whether they're at home receiving home health in home at their own private residence. There's something going on about the siphoning of federal funds from Social Security and Medicare. All right, and it could also be state Medicaid. Medicaid, yes, is federal at the top, but in each state you apply in your state if you need Medicaid. Y'all need to look into this because it's potentially millions of seniors, and they got me on it because of elder abuse and me being strongly against elder abuse and child abuse, amongst other things in the world. All right, that's why I said that bitch that was in my energy, which was 2 years ago. If you want to hear that, I'll put the link in the box. It was in the, I think it was in the one called Energy Vampires or something like that. You hoes need to stay out of my energy. Well, her cards got read. I didn't pull no tarot cards out. The spirits told me what she was doing, which was stealing checks. She was stealing checks from her clients. You need to look at these dirty bitches that work at daycares too, that come on here playing a bunch of spells and games and bullying people, but they work at daycares. They work at churches. They work at senior care facilities, okay? They work at after-school programs, all right? They teaching English as a second language or E2L or ESL, all right, classes. They either do it online or they do it in person in a classroom or they do it both. Shut these bitches down! Because I'm tired of y'all letting these hoes get away with working with children and seniors of all people. But they out here trying to kill folks and run folks off of their damn spiritual purpose, though. But going and sitting up in a daycare every day, working with 3, 4, 5, and 6-year-olds? You mean to tell me you gonna keep your fucking job, ho? You ain't keeping nothing. Now, when I'm through with you, I'm gonna get them more and more evidence until they strip your fucking certification. You ain't gonna be able to teach no goddamn well. And ain't nobody gonna hire you as no motherfucking teacher's assistant either. Because some of these hoes are laying low trying to keep, the feds off of their back and the state cops off of their back. They running around doing little teacher assistant jobs. Y'all need to get them up out of them jobs, okay? Because they working with children, but on the back end, getting on their channels in the evening, talking shit about people, trying to ruin other people's lives who have children. See? Out of jealousy. Don't no devil like that have no need to be around no children. None. I don't give a fuck if it's their own child. Take custody. I don't give a fuck if their child is an adult. Lay the bitch out then. Put her in jail. Because, see, there was another hoe fucking with me locally. I ain't never met the bitch before. That bitch lost custody of her 16-year-old. The state of Ohio said, your child is now a ward of the state. Not only did that happen, the motherfucking child, the 16-year-old, got arrested for grand theft auto. So the 16-year-old, due to her mama being in my business and not in her own business, her 16-year-old daughter, black child, black teen, got arrested for grand theft auto and drug possession. And then the ward of the state was like, the state of Ohio said, you ain't getting your child back. Well, I want to do counseling and I want to do that. You ain't doing shit. The state of Ohio said you ain't getting your child back. So play with me if you want to, hoes. I can get a lot of shit done. Try me. See, that hoe is from here too. That hoe, that big walrus-shaped hoe, is from here too, but yet lost custody of her 16-year-old daughter, and that shit on her record now. Yo, why is your child getting hemmed up for grand theft auto, but you in my business? See? Y'all heard that screeching? Confirmation. Beep, 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 beep. Alright? And I slam the table like that on purpose, because I'm going to slam the goddamn gavel down on these hoes every fucking chance I get. Anyway, Bitch lost custody of her daughter, and when she said, I want to do the classes required to get my daughter back, the state said, what? We don't hear you. And ignored her motherfucking ass. So did the social worker. See how shit work out when you're fucking with the wrong people? Anyway, this shit about scams with Social Security and Medicare, this shit go far. Alright, so you're gonna have to look in the records of the complaints that have been launched when it comes to Medicaid fraud, Medicare fraud, Social Security rackets and frauds. So one of the things that's going on is there are organized gangs that are sending these, you know what I'm saying, these WACKTITIONER witch. Ain't nothing wrong with being a practitioner and having a healthcare medical career. I said WACKTITIONER. I said a karmic devil. WACKTITIONER, not a practitioner. These WACKTITIONERs get sent in by these gangs and these little, karmic covens, these little cults around the neighborhood of pole mount broke ass pissy ass niggas. Okay, they send them into the listings on Craigslist or care.com, nursing care websites, classifieds, wherever you could find skilled nursing care. They send not only people with degrees, so registered nurses, nurse practitioners, and so on and so forth. LPNs are licensed practical nurses, licensed vocational nurses, is this called in some areas, LVNs. They send these people in, and even CNAs, and in the state of Ohio, are certified nursing assistant, certified nurses aide, nursing aides, or NAs. STNA is what it's called in the state of Ohio. They send them in, and what they do is they funnel a cut of, they get a hold of that person's checking account information, savings account information, if they have a money market, stocks, or brokerage accounts, credit cards, charge cards, etc. They get that information and then run it back to the goddamn bookie, run it back to the goddamn gang or the clique that they running in, just like this scamming ass whore did. Talking about I wasn't gonna be let in the city. I'm gonna get to that. I wasn't gonna be let in the city, huh? But I'm right here. I wasn't gonna be let in the city, right? Okay. And my country ass ain't no damn good, and they not gonna let me in the city, right? Okay. The devil is a liar. Anyway, check this stuff, feds. Now, something came up, moving on to the other notes I have. I mentioned in the last reading the SKS, the German SKS. No, I got it backwards. I said German KSK. SKS came up too. Now, who is the SKS? The SKS is also known as the SKSS, also known as Czech Republic 601st Special Forces. 601st Special Forces Group. They have roots as old as 1952 when it was a paratrooper or paratrooper brigade. They are a part of the Czech or Czech Republic Armed Forces. Now, this has something to do with Brigadier General or Brigade General František. I don't know if it's František or František Moravec. 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 He was an intelligence officer, and I had seen a picture of Mr. Moravec years ago. And when I saw it again, when I looked him up, I recognized his face. Now, this is the 50s I'm talking about. So this ties in with Nazi Germany. I mentioned the German SKS. Excuse me, the KSK is not the German SKS. There's a SKS rifle, but it's the German KSK. But SKS is a rifle, also known as a Mosin Nagant, which I used to own one of those. It's a World War II rifle, but it's known as the Czech Republic SKSS. So there's something here about Proskejov, which is spelled Prostejov. There's some here about, so this Latin motto for the 601st Special Forces in the Czech Republic, or the SKSS, is Dum Spiro Spero. That's the Latin motto for them. Dum, D-U-M, Spiro, S-P-I-R-O, Spero, S-P-E-R-O. I don't know what that means to you all. It's connecting to me through Nazi Germany and through Germany because both of my husbands are fluent in German. They are from the Habsburg dynasty. They're reincarnated from the Habsburgs, and I founded House Romanov. So that's Austro-Hungarian Empire in there with the German, the Habsburgs, H-A-P-S-B-U-R-G. Sometimes it's spelled H-A-B-S-B-U-R-G, which is the correct spelling. But this 601st Special Forces Group in the Czech Republic has been in the First and Second World War, so World War I, World War II, and the Cold, and I wrote in here the Cold Wars, plural. There was more than one Cold War, everybody. There was more than one Cold War. Just want you to know. More on that another time. I'm not being led to go further into that. I'm just giving them the codes for those who need it. The SKS, also known, so before I looked it up and looked for who, because I had heard of the SKS rifle. Like I said, I owned one of them. The SKS or the SKSS is a special operations group in some nation. This is what I wrote before I looked it up. I said it was a telepathic or psychical hit for me. There's a potential off-books black ops group that is fully governmental it's fully governmental funded and fully governmental integrated, thereby fully governmental integrated. But it is overshadowed by known special ops groups, brigades, squadrons, battalions, you name it. All right. So I don't know if that's the piece y'all wanted. I don't know. Pick what you want. Now, for those who are wanting to know how to spell Mr. Moravetch's first name, it's spelled F as in Frank, R as in rabbit, A is in apple, N is in knot, T is in time, I is in ice cream, S as in Sierra or C, S, E is in elephant, K is in kite. All right, František or František or František Moravec. How he also connects to me is he was at Joint Base Andrews, which used to be Andrews Air Force Base. That's where my father was born. All right. I've also been to Andrews before. That's also where Marine One is located, or it used to be. I don't know if they moved Marine One that the president flies on, but Marine One used to fly out of Andrews. Air Force One more than likely still does. I haven't looked that stuff up in years. Now, Mr. Moravetch's final resting place is also at Andrews Air Base. Andrews Air Base in Maryland, United States. His resting place was April 24th. They moved his remains in a sacred ceremony to Andrews Air Base on April 24, 2022, and that would have marked the 2-year anniversary for his remains being moved. So Mr. Moravec, was being an intelligence officer, was involved with Nazi Germany, MI6. He was involved with Operation Anthropold, Anthropold, Anthropold. There's some kind of tie there to Leopold, which is what a demon says she talked to. Leopold of Belgium, King Leopold. Yeah. Operation Anthropold had to do with the assassination of Reinhard Heydrich. Reinhard is spelled R-E-I-N-H-A-R-D, Heydrich or Heydrich, H-E-Y-D-R-I-C-H. This planned Nazi invasion of Czechoslovakia back when it was called Czechoslovakia. Separately, later it became the Czech Republic and Slovakia. That planned invasion would have been March 15, 1939 at 6 a.m. Now, Moravec kind of overseeing, he may have been the actual person who oversaw Operation Anthropoid, but there were some rescued files and archives handed over to British MI6 of James Bond's fame. MI5 is the police. MI6 is like the CIA in Britain. All right. They were to be used against Nazi Germany. It says, now my notes say, in Great Britain from 1940 to 1945, Moravec served as chief of the intelligence service of Czechoslovak government that was in exile. So there was the Czech government, the Czechoslovak government being in exile during World War II's ramp up. They were located in London. That headquarters was Porchester, or is it Dorchester Gate, or is Dorchester Gate, or Dorchester, however you all pronounce it in Britain, Gate, D-O-R-C-H-E-S-T-E-R, or P-O-R-C-H-E-S-T-E-R, Gate, G-A-T-E, in London. That was from 40 to 45, but then from 1940, Moravec's private residence was in Addington, which is spelled A-D-D-I-N-G-T-O-N, Buckinghamshire, or B-U-C-K-I-N-G-H-A-M-S-H-I-R-E, near Aston, as in Aston Martin car, A-S-T-O-N, Abbots, A-B-B-O-T-T-S, where the exiled president of Czechoslovakia, Edvard Beneš, had his residence as well. So I don't know what you all needed out of that. But the date, April 24, 2022, which is the date that Moravec was laid to rest at Andrews Air Force Base in America. And he also remained in the USA and continued to work as an intelligence advisor with the Department of Defense, or DOD, until his death. He died at the age of 72. That final resting place dated April 24, 2020, or April 24, 2022. That ties to the grandfather that raised me, who is not my biological grandfather. That's his date of death, April 24th. It's not the same year, but it's still April 24th. And that's also the birthday of the demon who raised me, her son. Her son's birth date is April 24th. So I don't know what it is about April 24th that's significant for y'all. Now, this shit about a statute of limitations. Now, I don't know where you from and what you do where you from, but I'm going to tell you feds, you judges, you people on, you know what I'm saying, the books, meaning the law books. I'm going to tell you one time, and one time good. Now, I'm not cussing at you. I'm not mad with you. Unless you stood in the way of this here. Let me tell you something one time as Archangel Michael, spiritual judge over law, okay, the law carrier. Let me tell you one time. We're going to abolish these laws that give sex crimes a statute of limitations. We're going to get all of that shit out of here, okay? So I don't care what you think about it. I, as Pluto, Hades, Michael, am going to get rid of every statute of limitations on every sex crime. I don't give a fuck if it's molestation, lewd sex acts with a minor, sexual assault, rape. I'm going to clear all of that out. Why the fuck y'all ain't got no statute of limitations on murder, but you got one on sex crimes? See, New York, I'm looking at you. Every time I think about that, it pops up in my spirit about how the fuck can it... I don't know who put this shit on the books, but I'm going to tell you how it got on the books. It got on the books because there was corrupt-ass politicians who did stuff to people and corrupt cops, dirty cops, who did shit to people, who did stuff to children, who got this shit put into law, okay? That, oh, you can't look back in my past and see if I was touching little boys and touching little girls and fondling and feeling up women and doing, you know what I'm saying, what they do, that peeping Tom shit. Voyeurism, yeah, you can't look back in my past and see if I did that because the statute of limitations says 5 years on sex crimes. 5 years. No. We're not doing that no more. So I'm going to tell you now, any of you politicians stand in my way of getting this shit up out of here during this Pluto and Aquarius reign of mine, I'm going to get you up out of there, all right? You're going to get sick, things are going to happen to you, and you're going to fall from grace. You don't have to believe me. You can try it and see. You can just go ahead and do luck of the draw. Me and you can have a duel. You can see if you can get me before I get you. All right? And we'll see how you luck out in the end. We'll see. We'll see. We're going to get these statutes of limitations up out of here, because now I didn't even know this, because a lot of things that I say, I'm not realizing the ramifications of what's going to come in the future. One of the things I wrote on my community page was about Orlando Brown. I said, Orlando Brown, him having been a Disney child star, and, Nickelodeon and Disney wanting him and all that kind of stuff, him having a bright spirit. He's not, crazy. Trauma can make you seem like you are, and some people do have mental health issues that develop. I'm not saying that Orlando is a perfect person. Nobody's perfect. What I'm saying is they wanted him for a reason. And I wrote Nickelodeon and Disney. Josh Peck of Drake and Josh is now speaking out about his abuse at the hands of, his alleged abuse at the hands of some people around them child channels. Okay? So, interestingly, Dan Schneider of Nickelodeon and the person that Josh has said allegedly abused him have come under fire. But see, the thing about it is, why did you only give that motherfucker 18 months when he was accused of touching another child and convicted of it? You only gave him 18 months. See, whoever only gave him 18 months, meaning the man who is alleged and purported to have touched and done things to Josh Peck of the Drake and Josh show. Josh grown. So is Drake. Okay, not Drake the rapper, Drake as in Josh and Drake the show. Whoever gave him 18 months, I'm going to get your ass for that. Because, see, had you given him the proper sentence, he wouldn't have been able to go and do that to other children. All right? So now I got you in my sights. Those who let that sex offender out in 18 months after getting oral sex, a conviction for getting oral sex from a child. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning for those of you that have experienced abuse. Y'all let him out in 18 months, see, that fuckery is going to stop too. Okay? Because any judges that oversee shit like that, that'll let somebody, a grown man, get serviced by a minor and or sexually assault a person, male or female, against their will, and you let them out in 18 months, I'm going to crash your motherfucking plane. And you can take that, whatever pops in your head when you hear me say I'm going to crash your plane, whoever let him out, whoever covered it up, whoever swept it under the rug, whoever paid off the judge, whoever paid off the DA or the prosecutor or the solicitor, as they call them in South Carolina, they call them solicitors. Whoever paid them off to help that motherfucker get out in 18 months, I'm going to crash your plane. Whatever pops up in your mind, if you're guilty of this, not only in this case, but in other cases, whatever pops up in your mind, that's the first thing I'm going to hit, okay? So now you just have you a good old evening thinking about the things that you don't want to lose, all right? Because we're going to stop this shit. If you can say there's no statute of limitations on murder, there shouldn't be one on sex crimes either. Because cities like shitty-ass Atlanta, no disrespect to the good peoples that's there, but cities like shitty-ass Atlanta got rape cases up in the goddamn deep freezer from 7 years ago that ain't been processed yet. 7 years ago. So you mean to tell me that statute of limitations in some of these states for sex crimes is 5 to 7? By the time you get the by the time the victim, the average victim or survivor, whichever term you prefer, by the time they get up the courage to go and tell, and then the evidence is gathered, all right, and by the time y'all put that shit on the docket, 2 years can fly by. And you mean to tell me that y'all got 5 and 7 year statutes of limitations on sex crimes, but it's none on murder? Okay, so if y'all can go back and look at DNA from the 60s on somebody that's dead and somebody that's living that killed the person, then you can do it for sex crimes too. Because see, people like Josh Peck and others who were attacked as minors, sometimes they don't want to talk about it until they're grown adults, away from the enablers who put them in those precarious positions, away from those who said, oh, he didn't mean anything by touching you that way, Johnny. He didn't mean anything by that. He's your vocal coach. Let me get off of that, because I'm about to just swing. I'm about to kick and fight the air, okay? So let me get off of that. These fucking enablers always pay attention to the fucking politicians, which include judges, because judges are politicians, senators are lawyers and attorneys, okay? Pay attention to the ones that get that shit put on there. Go back and look if it's in your state. Let's say you live in New Mexico. Okay, somebody from New Mexico is watching. In your state, if there's a statute of limitations of 8 years on sex crimes, go look and see when that was put in the law books and find out who put it in there. That person who put it in there and all the people that signed off on it being legal and being put in there, I am going to fuck up. So when you see them dropping, I vowed to do it. Now, moving along. Pops Haney, Daddy Haney, Haney, Devin Haney's daddy. Let me talk to you real quick, man. Cause I'm gonna get in these politicians' ass right quick, and not in a dirty way. I'm gonna expose their fuckery in just a few minutes now. But I got to hit you right quick, cause you getting on my goddamn nerves, Daddy Haney. Pops, you get on my goddamn nerves now. Now, before I even say that, Shaquille O'Neal. Was it you that said, I got a PhD? You said, I think it might have been you. Quote, because this don't seem like something Cam Newton to say. Quote, I got a PhD in shit talking. See, Shaq, I had just reposted my upload about you. What you laughing at? Never mind, y'all. I just got sidetracked because I heard laughing. You know what I'm saying? I heard laughing, so. Shaq, I had just reposted my MK Ultra upload about you from a couple of years ago. Then you pop up talking about, I got a PhD in shit talking. Was it you who said that? Because I don't think Cam Newton said that. That sounds like something you would say, Shaq. Shaq, you got that from me? I want to thank you for watching. Appreciate you for coming out, okay? I got the PhD in shit talking, nigga. I got the shit talking PhD, the philosophy to bring thine to thy knees. I got it, okay? You got that shit on my motherfucking channel, nigga, because you been watching my community posts, Shaq. You been watching my community posts, Shaq, and I said I'm real good at shit talking and trash talking when it come to boxing. So then you go on Cam's show talking about Cam. Why they disrespecting you like that, Cam Newton, Mr. Cam Newton? Let me hit you right quick. If you don't stop tolerating this fucking bullshit from these niggas that come to your community camps, football camps. See, I thought the niggas was little boys too, like a lot of people. We thought they was teenagers. The ones that you know what I'm saying, hook around about the neck, put them in a chokehold and slung them down to the ground. See, I thought those was little boys too. That just go to show you raw as fuck, Cam. Don't never lose that warrior spirit and that fire. I was about to say foreign power. So if you've been looking into meditation and spirituality, keep on doing that, Mr. Newton. But don't let them niggas disrespect you on your turf. That's your turf. When you pay for motherfuckers to come out, whether it's to the club, the lounge, the Mickey D's, wherever the fuck, the parking lot, that's your turf because you paying for people to play. Okay, so with that being said, nigga want to get brolic, then you sling a nigga down just like that. But don't come back. Don't go back to it. Nah, don't go back. Don't hold no more camps in that city. That'll teach niggas to respect you. They got to respect the bread and who you are in your career and who you've always been since you. I just heard since you came in here as a child, as a baby, who you've always been. They can't respect that. Tell them to get the fuck on. They can kick rocks. They wouldn't be fighting no white man now, would they? See, that's why you got to stomp on crab ass niggas. Okay? I don't never want to see no shit like that, Cam. Ever. I don't want to see that shit again. That shit was embarrassing for me to watch because I felt disrespected. I don't like this shit like what the fuck is this shit? The fuck is this? I was mad I said, you know what, let me turn this shit off. But when you got that one by the neck and hooked that one with that white t-shirt on by the neck and slung him down with the right, and when you did that shit, I said, you know what, I done had enough, goddamn. And I slammed the book and shut the goddamn video off. Because that's what niggas will do when you come back around and you done made it and you trying to help them and they not appreciative of nothing. That's why a lot of them is in the positions they in. So don't try to help them. You go to towns and cities where people know how to act. Not act, A-C-T, act, A-C-K. When niggas know how to act, then you can come, okay? You test them by doing a little pop-up here, a little venue there, do a little promo here, a little promo there, and see how niggas act when you come out. If you feel a lot of hate and nastiness in the crowd, then you don't come back. That's how you do that. You don't waste your energy on motherfuckers that want to fight you at your own event. Because, see, they wouldn't have been able to do that to me. I'd have pulled a gun on them. That's what I'd have done. 8 motherfuckers running and jumping on one man, I'd say, all right, like Denzel did in the fucking projects on training day. Ho, ho, ho! Wait a minute, spin around with the goddamn pistol. I would have knocked them motherfuckers back up off of me. You sure you want to do that? You sure you want to do that? I know you ain't me, Cam, but I'm telling you, don't never let me see that shit again, man. I don't want to never see that shit again. Now, the spirits wanted me to tell you that. Plus, I wanted to say his shoe. Now, feds, before I get to these cards, I know I've been talking a long time. It's a lot of information. There's some hits that I need to put out, meaning I need you to investigate some people. Here, do what you want to do. Do what you want to do, all right? But I would prefer that you go ahead and investigate these people that I'm about to talk about. Now, if I get on another name, then I'll tell you I'm not talking about this person. But this individual, let me get the article. This motherfucker up in Dalton, D-O-L-T-O-N, Illinois. Now, I ain't too far from Illinois, as you know. Here in Cleveland. Excuse me, it's 4:14 p.m. Excuse me. Ooh, pardon me. That was a spiritual bird, so confirmation twice. It's 4:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, Sunday, March 10th, 2024. 88% battery. This motherfucker right here, called Tiffany Henyard. Tiffany Henyard. Henyard. Chickens scratching around in the yard. Henyard. Tiffany Henyard has said, she said, you ain't gonna have no chance to investigate her because she vetoed, as the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, she vetoed the call for investigations into her public spending. Investigate this bitch. Get in her shit and don't get out of it. Because she dirty. Soon as I saw the motherfucker, I said, who the fuck? I said, who the fuck? How you gonna veto and tell the feds and you just damn ricky-dink ass, little ricky-dink ass, ashy ankle mayor from Dalton talking about, I'm gonna veto and I'm gonna tell the feds can't, the feds ain't allowed to investigate me. The feds ain't allowed to look into my shit, bitch, what? That's why you ought to investigate her then. What you mean we can't look into your shit? You a public servant. What you mean we can't look into your shit? That bitch is dirty. Get her ass. Get her ass. She dirty and she in the drug game. You heard what I said. If she got a bone to pick, she can bring it to me. She dirty and she in the drug game. Allegedly. That motherfucker, Tiffany Henyard, Tiffany, Henyard, chicken head in the yard, in the yad, as the Geechee dialect, in the yad. This chicken head, this quick wave wearing chicken head, been scratching around in public funds and shit, misappropriating tax dollars, okay? She used Bobby Sue and Katie Smith's, you know what I'm saying, tax dollars to get her beauty supply weave sewed back in and glued back upside her head. We're gonna tell the feds, gonna tell the motherfucking FBI, y'all not allowed to investigate me. And yes, the fuck they are, because I'm telling them you're dirty, bitch. You're dirty. She in a drug game, that motherfucker pushing coke. I don't give a fuck. Tell that bitch to come see about me. Tell her to come on down here. Tell her to send her papers to me. Tell her to send her papers to me. Allegedly, I said, disclaimer in the box, my readings is for investigative, motivational, enlightenment, educational, informational purposes. Okay? So, you tell her to come see about me. And I'll play with her. We can do the cat and mouse game. Okay? That motherfucker allegedly pushing dope. The reason why you can't figure out, you vendors around Dalton and those who have serviced the city of Dalton or the suburb, it's actually called a village. The reason why you can't figure out why the motherfucker don't want to be investigated. Okay, if you ain't did nothing wrong, why you don't want to be investigated, Miss Henyard? Because the motherfucker have done some things wrong, okay? Go look up now, feds. You know, I never do this shit. What I put in the search this morning was this, and this is how I found this motherfucker. I put in the search this morning, federal investigation. I never ever put that in the search. But I did. And before I could back it out or add on the rest, I was going to put federal investigation. I was going to put Federal Bureau of Investigation or FBI, but I put federal investigation. You see this flame here now, right? All right. There it go again. There it go again. There it go again. Burning down fast again on the right-hand side. The motherfucker on the right side is the receiving end. She receiving some of that, what they call that shit? That fire. That motherfucking hair on too. That motherfucker got that she got that dirty shit though. You don't want to fuck with that dirty brown. You don't want to fuck with that goddamn dirty brown. She got that you see that flame? I'm not blowing on it. Did you see how it was leaping when I said heroin, heroin? That dirty brown. That's what that motherfucker got too. Okay, so it ain't just cocaine. It's not just cocaine. It ain't just that. Look now, when you go digging, remember what I told you. I typed in federal investigation. This motherfucking shit, I happened to hit. I wanted to go to images, but I hit news and it said top. It was at the top. Illinois mayor vetoes calls for her to be investigated with her handling of, or due to her handling of public funds. So you vendors in and around Dalton who have done work for the city, the county or the village or the township, whichever, and Tiffany Henyard, the quick weave wearing chicken head, and she didn't want to pay you. Because I heard a black lady was complaining. She said she did the signs, and that Tiffany, the mayor, with the bang, the bang, the bang. That's what the spirits had said. Okay, now you got another one lighting up over here. They didn't want to pay the black lady that did the sign. The black lady did $19,000 and some change worth of signs, and the mayor won't pay her. Okay, the mayor won't pay her, but she up there talking about, well, I'm gonna veto a federal investigation. No, the fuck you're not. Investigator feds, get a fed. She dirty. She in the drug game. She trafficking and she also running hoes. All right, she trafficking and she running hoes. And background on what I said about that Social Security fraud, you need to check some of these shelters too. Check these shelters in whatever city you get curious about. Because if you get curious about it and you got a real strong intuition or detective sense, you need to go and look and see what city got shelters holding people hostage, collecting their Social Security and supplemental security checks. Okay, because that shit running through these goddamn homeless shelters too. The ones for men, women, and children or teens, all right? Also the LGBTQIAP plus crowd, or excuse me, peoples, not crowd, but peoples. There are these certain county and state organizations that are doing money laundering, and they also running rings of hoes, whether they're male hoes, female hoes, trans, asexual, whichever they identify as. They're running hoes through these organizations now, talking about they're a shelter, but they got a whole ring and a drug ring and a goddamn theft ring running up through there. The first one you need to check is downtown Cleveland. Yeah, that one down there by the Fraternal Order of Police. Yeah, go run down there and look at them motherfuckers. They running hoes, they running drugs, They're running, they got a theft ring going on, and the people that are there are fully getting kickbacks and payments because of it. I told you. Just when you find it, just remember I told you. Now, Mr. Cheshire or Cheshire, yeah, Mr. Cheshire Cat. Now, if you don't know what a Cheshire Cat is, look it up. It's Cheshire Cat. C-A-T. So Cheshire, a Cheshire or Cheshire Cat. There's an old saying called grinning like a Cheshire Cat, grinning like a goddamn joker, like a trickster. Speaker of the House, Speaker Mike Johnson. I heard through the New York Times and through rollcall.com that you said that you was going to cut the FBI's budget. I got a problem with you. I got a problem with you, Speaker Johnson, because you grinning in that New York Times article. And the caption, the photo, New York Times. Go look for the New York Times article. Speaker Johnson is looking like a Cheshire Cat. Go look up what a Cheshire Cat is, okay? He's dirty. Shake him down, Fez. Shake him down. He's dirty. He's dirty. That's why he tell me, well, we were just cutting pork off of the budget. And that resulted in cutting the FBI's budget because the FBI is going rogue. No, the FBI been digging in your shit. And you don't want the FBI to find your dirty bones. Okay, them old dry bones. Lord have mercy, them dry bones. You don't want them to find your shit, so you going to try to stick it back to the feds talking about, well, I'm going to cut your money, and you're not going to get any shiny new toys, and you're not going to get that body armor you want, and you're not going to get those rifles, and those new squad cars, and you're a bitch because you dirty, and I'm going to make sure they investigate you. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. You ain't going to be Speaker for long. I'm telling you right now. What's the date? Let me show you. Sunday. You see that? Sunday, March 10th at 4:24. Maria, prophesied to you. Michael Johnson. That's your name. Michael Johnson. I prophesied to you today that you're not going to be Speaker for long. You call yourself cutting Fed budget. Okay, not just any Fed budget. You cut the FBI budget. And even though it was $32 million that you cut off from an old subsidy that a senator had on there. It was an old Senate subsidy that you cut off, and it only, according to y'all, equaled $32 million, aka 0.3% of the FBI's operating budget annually. $32 million is a lot of goddamn money when you're talking about law enforcement being properly equipped with the tech and everything they need to do their jobs better. Not the same, better. A motherfucker talking about the FBI going rogue is a rogue. Always pay attention to that kind of lingo. The FBI is going rogue. Oh, because they digging in your closet? Senator Mike Johnson is dirty. He's dirty. Y'all been all in Hunter Biden shit, as you should have been. Being Speaker Johnson shit, too. He's dirty. Shake him down. I'm telling you, you're going to find something. You're going to find a whole lot of something. They just corrected me and said, you're going to find a whole lot of something. All right, now when it comes to this investigation of Siddharth, which is spelled Siddharth, Jawahar, Jawahar, or Jawahar. Yeah, I spelled Har, Jawahar, Jawahar. I think that's the right spelling because I don't have the article right up here. This guy who, who was operating Swift Arc Capital, and you're looking into it, feds. When it comes to Swift, pardon the noise, please. There's a package being delivered. When it comes to on my porch, when it comes to Swift Arc Capital LLC, this man allegedly took $35 million in investments, but only invested like $10 million. But he put the investors' money into 99% of the investors' money went into one investment, and so it was basically another Ponzi scheme. from what I read in the article, federales, aka feds, you all are having trouble locating all the victims. What you need to do is you need to find out all the DBAs, the doing business as, because LLCs are kind of, you know, pretty easy to find, but you need to look for the DBAs, and you also need to look for his aliases, because he has aliases and he has DBAs, or doing business as, shell companies that he funneled other money into that will help you locate more victims. The reason why they put this in front of me along with this chicken head in the hen yard is because some of the victims of Swift Art Capital's Ponzi scheme, which this individual Siddharth Jawahar was operating, are in Cleveland. All right, so that's why they're telling me to tell you, look at the DBAs, find his aliases. If you have to, look also at closed circuit cameras and find out where he was going to file these papers. So let's say he may have lived in Cali. He could have filed a DBA in Nevada. That's why you would be having trouble finding victims. The DBA could be under a whole nother alias, a whole nother name, and you won't be able to easily draw a direct line back to Swift Art Capital as the big shell company, the big Ponzi scheme, the big inverted pyramid or whatever. Actually, upright pyramid. But this pyramid funding stuff is going to be exposed during my reign, because I am a prominent wealth god. So thieves will be highlighted. Now, let's get into this reading. I'm not going to make this tarot portion too excessively long, but we're going to go through and find out what you all need to know when it comes to WACKTITIONERS. Now, when it comes to the chicken head in the hen yard, this is a politician, a Poly dash TICIAN, a politician, an illusionist, a mask wearer, an illusion creator, okay? Go in there and find out what the fuck she was doing with public tax dollars, cause she ain't no better than the motherfucking Kwame Kilpatrick nigga. She ain't no better than his motherfucking ass. Get in there, she dirty. Mike Johnson, you dirty. You ain't gonna be Speaker of the House for long. You ain't gonna be Speaker for long. That shit said 5 of Pentacles, okay? You ain't gonna be speaking for long. Alright, anyway. Now we're gonna get some background information on these WACKTITIONERS for the cosmic influences right now. What we got going on when it comes to the cosmic influences and the WACKTITIONERS that like to play. Ooh, split the deck. Justice. Yep. Kaliel says the invocable God. Number 18 or 9. Justice makes truth known in court, causes innocence to prevail. All right. So then we also have the 6 of Wands, victory. Sehia, God who took evil, which is exactly what I'm talking about here. Longevity and protects against infirmities. So show us the background energies, Holy Spirit Most High, for what you want the collective to know when it comes to cosmic influences, whether it's crime, personal, but specifically when it comes to these WACKTITIONERS playing around in the courts. Because I see that's a big part of this. Show us. First card. The world. It's over. There's some things that are coming to an end. Damabia. Alright, says fountain of wisdom and gives success in all ventures. God, the source of wisdom, number 65 or number 11. So these people obviously are karmic, like I said, the hangman. But I said in the first reading, the karmic treachery reading, that more puzzle pieces would come out and that people will be hung up. Here it is, the hangman. This is a Piscean. It is the main Piscean major arcana. All right, because another part Piscean major arcana is the moon. Nel-Kahel, which is the only god, which is a 21 or a 3 or a 12. And it says there's a desire for knowledge, and it protects from liars, evil spells, and bad spirits. So what did I say about lying? We just had a justice card. All right, let's take this out. Then it's got temperance. Temperance is right below that. All right, 35, number 8. And I mentioned number 8 starting this message out. The God of joy, reconciliation, regains the favor of those that one has offended. So for some of you, if you have been falsely accused, there will be some people that may be trying to regain your favor. I'm going to tell you to be really strategic about taking people back. This is also the Sagittarius major arcana. The world is ruled by Saturn. I talked about Saturn already. Look, we got Saturn in Pisces, basically, is right here. All right, Saturn in Pisces. A lot of illusions being dealt with. And then we got the Sagittarius, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. And then we have a Two of Swords, Aniel or Aniel. God, Lord of all virtues is what that name means. It's a 37, 73, or a 10, another completion. It says breaking the circle. Also could be breaking the cycle. It lifts opposing barriers, or excuse me, she lifts opposing barriers and brings victory. So those of you who may have been falsely accused, for those that are trying to come back and apologize, you need to be strategic in your Two of Swords energy about allowing these people to offer their apologies to you, because for some of you, they only want to offer it because you got a 10 of Pentacles and they always knew you had it. But for whatever reason, as the Bible says, they were led astray by diverse lusts, which means led into deception and deceit by all kinds of lusts, which a lot of it was money oriented and jealousy about your abundance. It doesn't matter if you have the tangible money or not. Like I said in my upload that I did a couple years ago, are you rich as fuck in the spiritual realm? All right, 10 of Pentacles, the honorable God. So some of these people want you to decide to allow them to apologize to you or allow them back in your energy, because you have the 10 of Pentacles coming, or you've already got it. Some of you can already have it. More than likely, you've already got it. They can already see it. They already did readings on you. They already watched readings on you. And they want to get back in your good graces only because of money, and because they also, the converse of this is them being blocked generationally from their generational wealth and blessings, and or it's been cut into, or it's been blocked totally. Because the Two of Swords can also be a blockage card. So they've been blocked from their own 10 of Pentacles. It says inner and outer work helps one keep their job and protects against disasters. The honorable God. So some of these people see you, Menadel, in your godly honor. Your anointing is shining forth brighter than ever before. And that's also tied to this temperance angel having a halo on. Joy, God of joy. That joy is sticking out to me and speaking out to me. Joy that the cycle is over as well. This is money motivation. 10 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Look behind there, Lahia. The adored God. So you're honored. You've got honor right here, adoration, and you've got hope. 3 of Wands. You got ships coming in. So Sitael. It says construction of the universe helps with great works and protection from adversaries. So they know you got protection. They know you're already in your 10 of Pentacles energy. Even if you don't have the material stuff that you want all at once, it's not going to come all at once. Sometimes, most of the time, it's not. All right, because you have to be able to handle that amount of wealth and abundance. You have to get used to, like, what was that old saying? You got to get, there's an old saying called, and I've said it before, your britches are too big for you. Yeah, that, or you're too little for your britches. But the saying is usually, your britches are too big for you. Okay, so you got a big purpose. You got big money. You got big generational and spiritual blessing. You got big prophetic mantle. You got big anointing on you. That's why they want you, because it said 10 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and 3 of Wands. This ain't got nothing to do with no love. Obedience causes harmony and peace and calms anger in anyone. All right. Confirm or deny what I've said here about their reasoning. Ooh, the Lovers. They said stop right here. You got the Lovers, so somebody does want you to love them again, or like them again, or talk to them again, or open up. Gemini, Virgo is this energy. All right. The joy of God. I just said joy. Joy and pleasure. Hold on, y'all. Sirens. All right. So there's your confirmation. All right, so joy and pleasure brings happiness to couples and removes negative energy. So the Most High wants that energy to stay away from you, but could also be uniting you with your actual proper soul pathway. If you're not on it already, then you could be put in a place where you'll meet more people that are part of your soul group. You may go to meetups, you may go to a book club, you may like to watch somebody's channel and realize that that person is a part of your soul group or your soul tribe or your star group, as I call it. And then you have a Six of Cups. So these are past life soulmates of yours. Now, just because I'm talking of positive soul group and star group members who would help you on your pathway and are beneficial to you, doesn't mean that these other ones, these karmic nefarious ones, aren't also past life soulmates, because a soulmate is simply just an associate, somebody you're related to energetically. It could be a friend, it could be a co-worker, it could be a relative, a spouse, a lover, a neighbor, you name it. It could just be somebody that takes a liking to you. That's a soulmate. That's somebody who likes your soul, who is mating, who is meshing well with your soul, with your energy, with your star energy, with your sun energy. All right, so it says, God who stirs all men, motivation, lifts up those who are fallen and humiliated. So again, I talked about false accusations. Those of you who are put in humiliation rituals, sabotage spells, jar spells. Oh, I just heard fall down and die spells. The devil is a liar. No. I'm gonna go ahead and do this, because they said go ahead and crack the deck. They didn't say split the deck, they said crack the deck. Three of Pentacles, spells. It was working. I said be careful who you let back in. These people want to work with you now because they see you building, but also they were working together. Mental forces protects against sorrows and illness. I said fall down and die spells. There you go. Yay. Yalel is God hearing lamentations. So this Three of Pentacles came out in a Karmic Treachery reading. If you want to have a, I was about to say retake a look at that. So somebody may say that. That may be the way someone speaks. You want to look at that again? Do so, please. Confirm or deny that this is true what I've said. Matter of fact, let me just grab this deck. Confirm or deny this about this being money motivated and or soul path motivated and or spiritual inheritance, Most High's birthright, divine heavenly birthright, soul pathway, soul mission, life pathway, life purpose motivated. Confirm or deny that with either a yes or a no card, an upright or a reversal. All right, so we got one that's okay. Yes, Page of Wands. Then is that your motivation? A Page of Wands is pretty motivated. It says good news, swift news, letters, phone calls, all right? Reputation being made afresh. Something that is fresh, cheerful, childlike, fun to play with, active, optimistic, full of energy, bright ideas, new excitement, plans, and creativity. So there's a yes. All right, flew right out. So yes, this is why they were so much on their Wands energy. And this is the Plutonian right there. Plutonian energy right there. Root chakra. Yep, survival. This red up here means root chakra. So it was about money, survival, tangibles, material things. Absolutely. Absolutely. On the bottom of the deck, will their dreams be coming true? No. All right, so this was the reason why. Seven of Cups, keeping illusions going on, someone having many options, choices, multiple possibilities, opportunities, picking and deciding, procrastinating, having dreams, fantasies, illusions, wishful thinking, imaginations, and hallucinations. So this was about your sacral chakra and keeping you emotionally topsy-turvy. And I said cloud in the Karmic Treachery episode 2. That's why I said you may want to look at it, because this is all about cloudiness. And this is Piscean, Neptunian energy. Seven of Cups is Pisces, okay? So this had to do with them being very enthusiastic, literally. Them being very enthusiastic when it came to your dreams. Enthusiasm here and dreams right there. All right, let's take that off the top. And then, again, Gemini, Virgo. This could be a yes or a no. And it's about that green, that heart chakra. So it says primary choices: love, soulmate, kindred spirits, perfect unions, partnership, relationship, romance, desire, and shared values. So again, this is choices, loves, interpersonal connections. I just talked about soulmates, and this is a Venusian card right here, okay? Pardon me. Let me take that lovers out because we've seen it twice, and they were making a break for it. Didn't I say thieves? Right below the lovers, thieves. Seven of Swords, which is air energy. This is connected to the solar plexus chakra. No, that's is that solar plexus? Let me see. Let me see, because that looks orange to me. That's not yellow. I don't even think solar plexus is in this deck. That's the interesting thing. So this is, yeah, that is solar plexus. So this is solar plexus chakra, not sacral. All right. So solar plexus, not wanting you to have a clear head about what? Your will to complete those things that you want to complete. Whacktitioners, thinking they're getting away with something, making a break for it, thinking they stealing energy, thinking they stealing intellectual ideas. And in Karmic Treachery episode 2, which again will be in the description box, I said there will be attempts at theft of intellectual property. So y'all go check that out. It says this is a maybe card traditionally. It says deception, lies, trickery, cheating, stealing, dangerous and risky behavior. Enemies being disguised as friends. Ooh, didn't I start it out by saying that? Spies. I started out by talking about intelligence agencies and spies and MI6, FBI, okay, SKSS of the Czech Republic, lack of conscience, tact, and resourcefulness. I told y'all to investigate those dirty politicians and people. I told you. Here's your confirmation coming right on through here. All right, Seven of Swords and Seven of Cups. It was burdensome. The Most High in the spirit realm knows it was burdensome to you. Overloaded, overburdened, too much responsibility, too much pressure, too much problems, too much weight. The responsibility, the duty, and the obligation on your shoulders was possibly heavy, constrained, caused you maybe to feel burned out, caused you to feel like you were in an uphill struggle or uphill battle, rolling a boulder uphill. This is something that they wanted you to feel. This is again about root chakra, okay? And this is something they wanted you to feel because they felt like, well, if it gets too heavy on his or her back, then maybe they'll just leave their path altogether. Maybe they'll just give up on it. Maybe they'll just say, fuck it, it's too hard. Throw up their hands and say to hell with it. That's what they wanted because they did it to me. Usually, a spiritualist, reader, prophet, prophetess, a psychic medium, mystic, sage, occultist, whichever they prefer to be called, or even just someone who doesn't go by any of those titles. Usually, if they're sharing their divine messages that come through them, from the Most High, from the higher realms, from their benevolent higher power, or from well-meaning spiritual realms, meaning not nefarious or adversarial forces, usually if they're sharing that, they've gone through the same thing as the collective because they're a part of the collective too. Now, I want you to show us, I'm going to put these back in and I'm going to reshuffle, and I want you to show us what entities, for those who are interested, what entities were involved in these pacts on trying to get people off of their soul mission. Five of Pentacles, that's going to be their lot. They wanted you to be in a Five of Pentacles, they're going to be in a Five of Pentacles. If you're divine, that's what's coming to them. It says Akaiya, Five of Pentacles, the forbearing God. This is a number 7, okay? Patience, reveals secrets of nature and spreads knowledge and industry. So they're going to be in the Five of Pentacles. And look what's over here, the Three of Swords, heartbroken, all right, unhappy. Some of them actually have heart problems because their hearts are not right. This is the same energy from part 2. That's why I said each one of my subsequent readings, or readings that go on and on, you know, 1, 2, 3, on down the line as time goes on, they're going to add more and more pieces to the puzzle so that you eventually have pretty much almost a complete picture. You won't be able to know everything because the divine does not want us to know everything, but you will get a pretty complete confirmation if this is matching your storyline. So it says the quickly forgiving God. These people want you to quickly forgive them. And the fact that you're not, if you're not, or even if you have forgiven them and kept on moving and said, you know, I just heard that song, keep on moving, don't stop. All right. It's a house music dance song from the 80s or 90s. I don't, let me see. That's heartbreaking to them. It says love and submission, cures illness, influences paternal love, and gives long life. So some of these people were doing sympathy spells and or are. So that's why, pardon me, you need to avoid being around individuals who have repeatedly backstabbed and betrayed you. You need to avoid being around them because they will be working on your sentiments. We already saw that with the 7 of Cups and the emotions, and I mentioned the sacral chakra, even though that was actually for the solar plexus, the symbol, the chakra symbol. So the song that I'm referring to now, the fact that some of you have not slowed down and actually picked up speed is heartbreaking to these people, as it should be. You had a 2 of Swords, and it's called Keep On Moving by Soul to Soul. So Soul, S-O-U-L, the number 2, Soul, S-O-U-L. Now I'm gonna play it for those that are not familiar with it, and check out the lyrics. The first part of the lyrics says, I hide myself from no one. I know the time will really come when you'll be in my life. Okay, so let me play this for y'all. 1989, so I was right on it, 80s and 90s. Don't stop, like the hands of time. All right, that feeling reverse on the floor. They're not about to have what they want. Ace of Pentacles reverse. Lack of money, poor financial control, and lost opportunities. That's what they got for playing the game with you and with me. And the deck is upright, everything. Keep on moving, 3 of Wands. Confirm or deny that message. Virgo. Double Virgo. 6 of Pentacles, 6th house. Charity and giving, 6 of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, getting back in balance. Keep on moving. Gifts, generosity, charity and donations, money, community, aid, support, employment, sharing, benevolence, wealth, prosperity, power, authority, control, and investors. I just talked about an investment fund scam. All right, next one was the Hermit. Some of you may be Virgo sons or any placement. You already got the truth. I referred to the Hermit in the other reading. Spiritual enlightenment, soul searching, self-reflection, introspection, contemplation, truth, inner guidance, and solitude. Inner guidance, 3 to the 2 of Wands. All right. 2 paths. Make a decision, choice, plan. Make a decision to stay or go. That's what I talk about with the new moon. 10 of Cups. All right. I just read something about, I know when the time comes, you'll be in my life. That's the part of this song in the beginning. 9 of Wands came out in the other reading too. Ongoing battle weariness, resilience. I hide myself from the world. That popped out. That's the Hermit too. Stand up for what you believe in. Fight for your corner. Protectiveness. Defend yourself. King of Wands. There's you just went from 3 to 2 to the Ace with the King. King of Wands again. It was another reading too. Energetic, experienced, optimistic, strong, confident, friendly, fun, talkative, fearless. Free thinking, driven, action-oriented, passionate, honest, and I'm going to add in here, visionary and self-actualized. That's crown chakra. All right. So that song is 6 minutes and 4 seconds long. So there's that 3 of Wands on the bottom again, even though I moved the cards around. Meaning I did the deck like this and started shuffling and still came back. So 604, 406, 10. 10 has been coming out a lot, or 1, and I just mentioned the ace. So we got an 8 of Wands. You may get some quick news about travel, employment opportunities, investment opportunities, stock options, ETFs, mutual funds. I mentioned brokerage accounts earlier when I talked about Social Security fraud and scams. All right. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to set this here and I'm going to grab this occult deck because I want to know. We got a 4 of Wands. So now we got going back up now to from the first one, which is with the King of Wands, to the 2 of Wands, to the 3. Now we at a 4 of Wands. This is about households. You got a 10 of Cups and a 4 of Wands. Person knows all things that are hidden. Answers truly about things earthly or divine. Well, that would be someone like myself also. And there's a 20 at the top, which is 20 is connected to the Judgment card in the tarot. I'm one of these people that can reveal things that are hidden. All right, and I said in the Karmic Treachery episode 2 reading that when you're connected to Source truly, you can potentially know all things. You can get access to it, all right? That's why I'm giving information so that the proper people can be held accountable and can be dealt with for the fuckery that they've been up to for long enough. Now, I am going to ask them what entities, Most High, Holy, Royal, Divine Ancestors, and Holy Spirit, show us the entities, infernals, demons, or fallen that some of these WACKTITIONERS made pacts with. And for those of you that are, would like to look these spirits or beings up, you can definitely go ahead and look that up. And this will give you some information if you decide to look them up. And even if you just want to listen to what's on the cards, this will give you some information on how to combat this stuff. If it happens again, or if you just want to go ahead and get busy, it just said defensiveness and protection right here with the 9 of Wands. So thinking on one's feet is the 8 of Wands. So if you want to go ahead and look that up for that reason and see what to do, then go ahead and do that. So you got a 7 of Wands again. You are defended spiritually if you're on the right side of justice. Causes murder and bloodshed. Tells of things to come. Causes the love of friends or enemies and can make one invisible. This came out in the, Glazia Labelas didn't come out in the other reading, but in the Karmic Treachery episode 2 reading that I did, there was like 6 cards about causing people to be liked, causing people to become friends with one another, and causing people to become lovers. So there was a lot of sympathy spells. That's what sympathy spells do. They cause people to want to be liked, and love spells, and I said jar spells. Okay? Show us the entities involved in these WACKTITIONER attempts at steering people wrong, taking what's theirs. Alrighty. Judgment. Judgment is upon them. Belial came out in the other reading. Distributes promotions in high offices. Causes one to be liked. Didn't I just say that? You saw it jump out. High Priestess. They wanted to know the future. It was about your enlightenment and your spiritual gifts. We already got the Hermit out of here. The Hermit and the High Priestess go together, but so do the Hermit. So do the Magician and the High Priestess. It says teaches art and science, knows the secret thoughts of all and can change them. See, changing your mind about letting them back in. Didn't I say that? 2 of Swords? Here's your confirmation. Dentalion. It says causes love spells, or friendship spells, sympathy spells, shows visions of the world. That's what they wanted to take from you, your gifts. The Fool. They were fucking fools, but they thought this was going to bring them a new beginning. But no, au contraire. On the contrary, Cameo. This is one of the entities or spiritual aspects that they were calling upon, whether they knew the name of the spirit consciously or not. This is the kind of spirit that rules over this. Okay, it ain't the only spirit that rules over this, but according to this deck, this is the main high infernal that rules over this kind of stuff. There's multiple ones that do, though, that rule over friendship spells, love spells, give me a promotion at work spells. You can make up all kind of stuff if you got that kind of ability, and if you're working with the right forces, you can make up a lot of stuff. It says gives understanding of animals and the voice of the waters, answers of things to come. So we've got three 3 cards about answering the future and talking about what's coming, what's coming, what's coming. Some of these people use their tarot or spiritual channels or their spiritual so-called businesses, former businesses, to do divination for other people, but they were attacking you at the same damn time. I know that's my story. All right. Send me as, and if you're in the same line of work and you're a diviner, a reader, a psychic medium, a prophet, prophetess, a minister, a reverend, an astrologer, astrologist, whichever, if you're one of those types of a medical intuitive, if you're one of those types of individuals in that kind of work, an occultist, then this person was using their gifts to attack you and compete with you. All right, Semi as is a 4 of Swords, teaches grammar, logic, and rhetoric, can make one appear like a soldier. So these were fools. All right, you see this is a fool trying to appear like they're a true warrior in the spirit. That's why it's called WACKTITIONER. WACKTITIONER. The fool and the 4 of Swords. So how is you the fool and the 4 of Swords at the same time? Because the fool is fucking sick. You see, the 4 of Swords is, oh, I don't feel that good. It can also be, I'm taking a rest. Well, the fool is not doing so well, just like I started out this reading saying. Imagine that. Put one on that 4 of Swords, confirm or deny what I said about foolish WACKTITIONERs who laid back strategizing on how to use their spiritual gifts given to them by the dark side, and even misuse the ones that may have been previously given to them by the Most High when the Most High was rocking with them. They decided with judgment to go to entities like Belial and work against you. I know there was a number of Karmics on YouTube specifically that was using Belial to work against me, the sun, because that was going to make them happy. Didn't I say solar plexus chakra? The sun, yellow. All right, Leo. One of them was, had a high Leo placement. It says, makes one rich, smart, and well-spoken or well-liked. I'm going to add in here because the sun is about happiness, but the sun is also about children and health. These people are childish. They were childish. They will always be childish because don't nobody in their right mind try that and then all of a sudden change who they are. They always going to be, because once you try that against somebody divine, you lose your soul. So you always going to be a childish piece of shit if you do this to people. All right? Ain't never gonna change because the Most High done throw them out for attacking chosen ones and elect ones. Gathers spirits at tombs and changes the places of the dead. So changes the places of the dead. Why would a being want to change the place of the dead? Because they want to hide bodies. So some of y'all feds is gonna look up upon finding information and evidence on desecration of corpses and interference with. In some locales or places in the world, it may be called interfering with a corpse, moving a body. It's also called moving a body. Necromancy is not... Okay, so necromancy is being able to communicate with the dead or the departed souls of the transition. So some of these people are necrophiliacs, and a reader did talk about that some weeks ago. This stuff would have made them happy. All right, so you see this woman here is bowing down to this entity and saying, please, if you're please, if you make me happy, I'll worship you. She's even got her hands facing up as people usually do when they worship higher powers. Okay, so that's what they were doing. Show us what's going to happen to these people. 4 Wands. Okay, so regarding their home, this is also something that came out in the beginning when I got this occult deck. This was about their home, 4 Wands, but they wanted to level up off of you. They also wanted to know things about your home, hidden things, secret things. Like I said, be careful who you're talking to. Knight of Wands, all right? Batan teaches the values of herbs and stones, transports anyone suddenly from one place to another. So some of them wanted teleportation. Gives what the Bible calls it a transplantation. Yeah. Show us what's going to happen to these people for doing this. These WACKTITIONERS, meaning the Karmics. Show us what's going to happen to the WACKTITIONERs. Show us what's going to happen. 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So you see that looks like the caduceus or the rod of Asclepius, right? Okay, the medical symbol turns water into wine and back again, turns blood into wine, turns any metal into legal tender coins, makes fools wise. So this is another thing they wanted. They wanted your wisdom. Zagan, 8 of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy is another 7. So when it comes to their work and their creativity, ooh, The devil is over them. Like I said, lost their souls. Moloch. Moloch, as I said in the Karmic Treachery reading, because it came right out in that one too. He's one of the ones who does not allow people to get out of those contracts. Once you make an agreement with Moloch, you cannot get out of it. All right, and he don't care what you give him. He don't care if you give him a child. I said that about hurting little kids, okay? That don't mean just, you know, taking a life. That also means harming children sexually, okay? Moloch. It says, makes one worse off than ever before, tricks mortals into being bound, accepts child sacrifice. Some of these women got pregnant and had intentional abortions to sacrifice the child to Moloch and other beings, Two of Pentacles, to try to get back in balance financially. This came out, Amon, reveals the past and future, reconciles friends and enemies. Again, a lot of shit about friends and being associated with people. Spells, jar spells, like I said, sympathy. Seven of Wands, back out, Glacia Labolos or Labolas, and then we have Lucifugus Rofocale. This is another big daddy in hell. Contract, I said, I did an upload and I put it in a box about the Karmics that used to attack me back in 2021, making pacts with Lucifugus Rofocale, because I found out about it and Lucifugus told me. He is over government contracts and contracts in hell. And I just talked about the feds. Okay, so this was an Ace of Pentacles again. This is who they was making contracts with. Some of these people been watching you for years, because I talked about that several years ago. Okay? And on the bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups. Again, making people happy, offering fake friendship, you know what I'm saying, frenemy shit, snake shit. Beleth, it says, causes all the love that may be, both of women and men. So being admired, adoration, honor, Six of Wands energy. And then this, we got the sun. You see that? The sun, death, and strength at the top. I told you it was a Leo. There's a double Leo right here. The sun. We already read the sun. This would have made them happy. They pretended to be able to bring happiness and or abundance and or extra power, energy to your company, to your life, just to be able to shine a light and be a ray of sunshine, which was a fucking lie. Child. There's your child. Lucifer, death. Didn't I say this is a big daddy under Lucifer? I just talked about Lucifer. So now you got Lucifer. 2, death. Okay, so this is what's coming to these people. I said some of these people are going to be dying. They are. Provides liberation and illumination, incites jealousy and envy. This is what will come out if you have this deck or any other deck with Lucifer and the card is decoded the same way. What'll come out is it'll show you that it was all about jealousy and envy at the end. And what Lucifer does is Lucifer tells people like me. He'll say, yeah, this is why they came to me. They wanted to get this out of me, or they wanted to get this out of Asmodeus, or Asmodeus, who's the King of Wands in this deck, who came out in that other reading. Or they want to get this out of me or whatever, or they wanted me to agree to give them this, and I told them I'll do it, but I'm not going to harm you. But some of these people were so envious and wicked, and still are, that they were like, well, I don't give a fuck if you don't harm her, just give me what I want. Because I got to be looking better than him. I got to be doing better than her, or at least seem like it. A lot of this is about illusion. Knight of Pentacles, I got to be doing better. I got to have more. I got to be trying, you know what I'm saying, looking like I can balance on my 2 fingers. I can balance my whole body. Just bullshit. Just bullshit. That's why I said WACKTITIONER. And in that other reading, I said wands are interchangeable for swords, and swords are interchangeable for wands. Out of balance, baby. Out of balance. Some of these people were pretending to be Christian, and they in the deepest side of Satanism that one can imagine. Just telling you. Teaches the virtues of herbs and stones, makes birds appear and behave as though they are tame. So Decarabia, the Knight of Pentacles, they also want to slow your money down. So they want to slow your forward movement down, because I'm getting like double wheel energy. So we got a sphere here, and I did say the word sphere or environment earlier. And then we got this spoke thing that, you know, would be on a tire or a wheel. I want to slow some of y'all down and bring it to a standstill, because that's exactly what that is. All right, and then we got an 8 of Swords, and some of you, they wanted you in jail. All right, Rofocale. Kills by drowning and can sink ships. Controls the seas and the winds, and will spare any life by request. So I just said, Lucifer said, for some of these cases, those WACKTITIONERS that actually went to Lucifer, now hear me clear, I'm not saying that all people who work with Lucifer are WACKTITIONERS. I said Karmics who had no business doing anything against divine people, who went to Lucifer to try to sacrifice or throw the divine person under the bus. Lucifer said, I ain't gonna harm them. But then they were like, well, okay, if you're not gonna harm them, then just at least give me what I want, because they're that fucking greedy. Let me look better than him. Let me do better than her. Let me have more. I don't care. I mean, I just gotta be looking better. I gotta be able to stunt. Ain't this stunting, y'all? Balancing like that, ain't that a stunt? See, stunting, WACKTITIONER shit. Confirm or deny that message. Flipped out. What is this? Not King of Pentacles. Let me look better and be better and have more than them. Bereaved. Turns any metal into gold. Let me be an alchemist too, Lucifer. Let me be an alchemist too, Lucifugus, Rofocale. Let me do what they can do. Let me have their gifts. Gives one high offices and titles. I started this reading out talking about politicians in high offices, judges, senators, and so on and so forth, and titles. They wanted titles. They wanted public adoration and honor. Answers questions about past, present, and future. Give me their gifts. Give me their gifts. Give me their gifts, because I want to make money off the gift, off the gift, off the gift. It's about pentacles. Let me have more. It's about the material. Wheel of Fortune, Valak. It's about the material. Let me have the money that they got. I know they got a grand destiny with their gifts and what the Most High have bestowed upon them. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Nope. Tells where treasures are hidden. Reveals hidden dangers. Okay, so like I said in that other reading, and I've said many times, the spirits will come and tell what they doing to you. How they three of swords in you. How they gonna take... I said some of these people was in the church and they in the highest levels, deepest, darkest levels of Satanism, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a teacher, minister, spiritual leader. It's usually associated with the North Node, okay? It says teaches astrology, and I named astrologers and astrologists. The virtues of the stars, and this is called a cosmic influences, aka an astrology type of focused reading, and the houses of the planets, and it shows Orias shows how to understand them, transforms men and women with dignities. Wow. Okay, so it's just confirming everything: royalty, honor, dignity, adoration, respect, favor. It says finds favor with friends and foes. So I said that in the Karmic Treachery reading, episode 2. I said they were doing spells to be drawn into the camp and drawn into the lives. And not saying you roll with a clique or entourage. I'm saying these people, these WACKTITIONERs, these demonic individuals did spells in order to be liked by you, but also to be able to rub elbows and be at shindigs and parties and in circles that you're in, if you're in them, so that they can get close to you. So you may definitely want to watch that reading if this is applying to you and you feel intuitively, if it feels good to you and you're like, wow, go watch that again. And I would even take notes, because when it comes back in another reading, whether it's my reading or someone else's, you want to definitely make sure you notice the patterns, because this being a new moon, new moons were also one of the primary times that these WACKTITIONERs were doing spells. Some of the main spells they would do at the new moons, particularly this time of year, like with the new moon in Aquarius and the new moon in Pisces, would be the illusion spells. Make me look like them and them look like me. So in other words, if I look like I'm broke down, messed up, you know what I'm saying? The old saying was toe up from the flow up, you know, making people feel like they're about to throw up. That shit make me the one who looks bright and shiny as the fool with the new beginning, with all this vigor. Make me the gifted high priest and high priestess, the divine one. Make me the hermit over here. When I'm really the devil. Don't let them see me for what I am. Don't let them think that I'm the fucking King of Pentacles when I'm really this. Some of y'all are dealing with a Taurus, because this is double Taurus right here. This is double Earth. You see both of those. Cow and Earth. All right. Hierophant on the bottom, triple Taurus. I know the demon that was attacking me got a bunch of Taurus in their motherfucking chart. That's one of the things that exposed the motherfucker, because I don't have a lot of Taurians around me. I've dated Taurus men in the past, but I don't have a lot of Taurians behind me. Ooh, behind me too, then. Taurus is the opposite sign, also the sister sign to Scorpio. And I am a Scorpio sun. I have a, I got off the subject that I meant to address before. Let me go on back around. Then I'm going to get you your last spread for the recommendation. And then when I come back shortly, won't be today because it's late in the day here. But when I come back shortly, what I'll be doing is another reading. And so, yeah, just even if you want to get you a little notebook and put all of the readings that sync up to your situation, all you got to do is you write the title down. And chances are high that even if it's not me or, whoever it may be, write the title of the reading down, write the date, and you can go back to it. Or you can just do a playlist. But I would write the title down, because even if the person changes their channel name, you'll be able to find them under their old name. Oh, look what's under there. Tower. Baya. That kept popping out. All right, that kept popping out in the pre-shuffle. It says, chaos, destruction, sudden upheaval, trauma, unexpected change, disaster, loss, tragedy, revelations or shocking revelations, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Boom. Just mind being lit up like, oh gosh, this is the truth now. Confusion, though. It can cause confusion for some people. That's what some of these spells are meant to do, to cause you lots of confusion in tower moments. Pain, divorces, abuse, violence. I started out talking about abuse, all right? Natural disasters, unemployment, and accidents. So freak accidents. Some of these people were messing. I got off of that part because another download was coming in the world. It's over, though. It's over for this shit. Now, I'm not saying everybody situation is going to stop being a messy situation if it happens to be some kind of messy situation. What I'm saying is, for those that's on this timeline and it's resonating right now, this cycle has come to an end. I started out talking about Saturn. There I am. Is one of my archetypes, Knight of Swords. Okay, mental activity. These people wanted to slow down your mental activity or cause some kind of confusion. Talked about that with the Seven of Cups, but the Tower popped out 3 times in the Angel deck, which is the gold deck over there on top of this Bible right here. Okay? Let me address this before I forget. And then we're going to get the recommendation from the Most High, the highest benevolent powers about this. So Daddy Haney, Pops, let me educate you something on this hit right now. If you happen to listen to this or somebody sends this to you, all right? Your son Devin Haney, meaning the boxer, which is spelled D-E-V-I-N for those that want to go look, H-A-N-E-Y, is going to talk him. No, let me run that back. Not is going, has talked himself into a hole that he ain't gonna be able to get out of karma wise. You know how he originally got there? Bill Haney is from you. Okay, you talk a lot of shit, Pops, Daddy Haney. You talk a lot of shit, but I ain't never heard of your motherfucking ass the whole of my life that I've been watching boxing. I've been watching boxing since I was about 4 years old. Four. Okay, four. 4 years old. I've never heard of you, Bill Haney. I've never heard of you. The Bill Haney that I've heard of was from 1933. Okay? So I've never heard of you boxing at all. So for you to get up there and talk all that shit, and I'm no fan of Ryan Garcia. I don't know Ryan. I don't know you. I don't know Devin. I don't know none of them. Okay? On that side that's circulating around this situation where you and Devin is popping off and all of that. Your son has been talked into a hole by your mouth. And I'm going to tell you right now, I prophesy, and I ain't wishing it on him. I'm telling you what's coming for your own damn good and for his. I prophesy that your son is going to get his first loss on his record. And what's going to happen is somebody is going to come up through the ranks and whoop his ass royally. And y'all not going to be able to pay the dude to lose. And even if you do pay the dude some money, the dude's still going to whoop his ass off of principle, because we the gods are going to set shit right. Pops, you talk a lot of fucking shit. And you know you got Money Mayweather, double M as I call him. You got Money Mayweather, meaning Floyd Mayweather mouth. You know what I'm saying? You got him in your mouth a lot. You got your mouth on him a whole fucking lot. And I ain't never heard of your motherfucking ass, Bill Haney. I never heard of you except for being affiliated because that's your son that box. You done talked your son into a precarious situation because I'm telling you as a God that I will send somebody to whoop your son's ass just to shut you the fuck up, Bill Haney. Money Mayweather ain't how the fuck he's so fake and all of this, and you talking don't talk that money talk. You mad about the money, nigga. Let me tell you something right now, Bill Haney, and your son too, who for 24, 25 is real motherfucking immature. My husband's, specifically the main one, okay, one of them is under the money team. I know you know who the money team is, right? That's Floyd Mayweather's brand, right? TMT, the money team, is in my husband's facility, okay, professionally. He also does sponsor of professional boxers. One of my spiritual sons is a professional boxer, okay? You might know him, okay? You might know him. He's from Cleveland and he's black. Okay, just go look and see who the money team have sponsored, who's black, who from Cleveland, that box, okay? Just saying. I ain't talking about no old heads. I'm talking about somebody that's younger than me. I said a spiritual son. I'm 40, so my spiritual son ain't 40, all right? The money team, you got the money team in your mouth, and that's what you mad about, nigga. I never heard you, Bill Haney, ever get a 50-0 like Money Mayweather. Never heard of you having no money team sponsorships like Money Mayweather's team. Never, ever, ever, ever heard of you except for you riding your motherfucking son's coattails into the sunset. That's all I ever hear about you affiliated with. You ain't never thrown no goddamn hands. Chad Ochocinco, shout out to 85. Chad Ochocinco done threw more mean hands than you have, Bill Haney. So I don't want to never hear your motherfucking ass talking shit about Floyd Mayweather. Okay? Because see, what you're doing is you being real fucking disrespectful. Like I said, my husband has the money team brand. Okay? And let me just do this little sidebar. To you boxing promoters who are out there saying shit like the money team, Floyd Mayweather don't even own that, 50 Cent own that. 50 Cent owns a stake, but have you ever heard of anything called a silent partner? Do you really think Floyd Mayweather not gonna own his brand? You need to look up what a silent partner is. This is business, okay? Bill Haney, you fucking up money right now. I don't give a fuck what your beef is with Ryan Garcia and all that shit. Your motherfucking ungrateful ass and your little raggedy ass son, y'all gonna get laid the fuck out, because I'm gonna make sure somebody come up through the ranks, preferably a white boy, to lay his motherfucking ass out, because you wouldn't whoop him. I'm gonna make somebody else whoop him. How about that? And if you want to know what God rules motherfucking boxing, I am one of the ones that rule boxing, along with Ares, my other husband, aka Mars. Specifically in the old Greek heathen, aka Pantheon, Apollo ruled it. And Apollo ran this motherfucker too. Apollo running around Cleveland too. So is it any wonder that Cleveland have so much of a rich history with boxing, with the greats of Don King and others, huh? Jake Paul running around here fucking up the church's money. I don't like you, Jake Paul. I don't like you. I don't like you. Okay, Daddy Haney. I don't like you. I don't like Devin. I don't fucking like you. And Mabel, Tyson Fury. Before I get on this shit here now. Tyson Fury. I done warn you now. You're going to come out here talking about people need to lick your sack and lick your cock and kiss the crack of your ass. You're so fucking disrespectful. I know my mouth is reckless, but yo, all of that shit talk you was doing in the pre-fight coverage of Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou, all of that was unnecessary. You are a real butthurt motherfucker, and I'm going to tell you right now, I hope Anthony Joshua whoop your motherfucking ass after Usyk does. Keep talking, Bill Haney. You talking, your mouth is writing a mean, nasty. You want to talk about, don't talk that money talk, Floyd. Don't talk that money talk, Floyd. You want to talk about money talk, your mouth is writing a nasty check that your motherfucking ass ain't got clearance for, bitch. And I got to put the bitch in you. I got to put the bitch in you because y'all scary ass, spooky ass Muslim, y'all Islamic niggas. Y'all not Islam, y'all Islamic niggas. Love to talk so much goddamn shit. But you ain't worth a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. You're so goddamn Muslim and holy, but you talk more shit than you could ever back up in 1,000 goddamn lifetimes. And I'm going to prove that. Because you and your son are going to have a mighty fall from grace. Devin Haney and Bill Haney. Pops Bill Haney. Daddy Haney. Daddy Haney. You think that you going to punk Floyd Mayweather and the money team? Really? Okay, well, I call your bluff, Daddy Haney. Let me get on off of that. They just told me back on back, ease up. Let me push back off the table and shit, because I about to let loose. I was about to spray your motherfucking ass, Bill Haney, because I don't like you. You a real narky ass motherfucker. Don't you ever call Floyd Mayweather a narcissist. Floyd ain't no narcissist. Mr. Mayweather ain't no narcissist. You a narc, though. Bill Haney, you need to get somebody to do something with your motherfucking head. Your hair, you need to get one of them thought trap hoes to braid your shit up because you look like Who Shot John. That's what we saying around the South, where I'm from. Okay, yeah, I was born in Cleveland, so they say. But I was growed up in motherfucking South Carolina. They said your ass look like Who Shot John. Meaning what the fuck done happened to you? They said your ass look like, look what the cat dragged in. That's what the motherfucking spirit said to you. This is what they said. This is what the church have said to you. Okay? So you can play with me if you want to. Okay? Metatron ain't gonna have to whoop your motherfucking ass. I'm gonna whoop it. See, I told y'all that double M is that Shango energy. Shango gonna laugh at your motherfucking ass and then throw a couple $100 million like that at you and say, go clean yourself up. I ain't gonna do that. I'm organized with my motherfucking finance. I ain't gonna throw no money at you. I'm gonna just tell you to shut the fuck up. Let that motherfucking talking be after that ring walk be done. And we see how your motherfucking son dance when I get the right person up them ranks in the ring to fuck him up. How about we see that? Daddy Haney? How about I send somebody to teach your son a fucking lesson about respecting elders? How about I teach you that lesson? Because I'm older than your motherfucking ass, Daddy Haney. Okay, well, your decision. I done made a decision. You see what this is back here? The art of war. Okay, so you ain't fucking with no lightweight in the spirit. If you don't know about me, go ask about me. By the way, congratulations to Anthony Joshua. I really, really, really like what I'm seeing from you. Meaning, I like how you've changed, because you used to be an asshole. You used to come off as a pompous asshole, and I could not stand you for that. And that's why I willed Usyk to whoop your ass. Okay? So, he was going to do it anyway. But you calm down, you center, and you on your spiritual... They said spiritual retreat, spiritual ascension. So if you're going on one, have a great time. Good looking out for yourself. I like what I'm seeing from you because you, along with Usyk, have the potential to lay Mabel on down on the ground. Okay, so I've been waiting on that for a long time. I'm tired of Tyson Fury. Okay, I'm tired of him. And Eddie Hearn, I got a bone to pick with you too. You and Daddy Hearn ain't gonna hold heavyweight boxing up forever. I'm gonna get y'all out of there too. We're gonna push y'all on out the fucking way so we can have some real competition again. And not you motherfuckers going behind the scenes and paying people to fall down on the mat in round 2. Now, that is not a disrespect to who Anthony Joshua is and his line and who he is as a person and his sportsmanship and his athleticism and him being an elite athlete. That's not disrespect to him. It's disrespect to you shysters fucking up the church's money. See, y'all have made heavyweight boxing real motherfucking boring by having that Buick, Mabel, big as a goddamn Buick, up there at the top, holding up the lineal belts. Okay, So, with that being said, I'm going to get you, Daddy Hearn, and him out the way in one fell swoop. We're going to have you out the way. 3 birds with 1 stone. How about that? Okay, so don't come to me, Eddie Hearn. Don't send none of your witches or nobody to me talking about, can she be back on, can she be on our side, and can she refake it? No, 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 I'm not. No, no, I'm tired of you. Because I know what that shit was about when it come to Francis. All right? I know what it was about. I know what it was about. Congratulations to Francis Ngannou as well for making his foray into boxing. Congratulations on that 20 mil that you made. Go on and do some great things with PFL boxing in Africa. PFL Africa. Go on and do some great things and give some people some opportunities out of that, Francis. Don't never take no deal like that again, though. Don't never, ever let the white man pay you to lay down again. I don't give a fuck if it's the black man on the other side of the glove. Don't ever do no shit like that again, because your ancestors will walk away from you and your protectors will walk away from you if you ever take some humiliation ritual clauses like that again. Okay? Now, when it comes to you, Anthony, I look forward to you putting a muzzle on Tyson Fury, because I know he's been very disrespectful to you. I don't have to hear what he said through a broadcaster's mouth or a YouTube video clip. I know he's been disrespectful to you, Anthony Joshua, and I refuse to call you AJ because AJ is a childish name. I don't care who gave it to you. You're a grown man. I'm not calling you AJ. Anyway, I know Tyson Fury has been exceedingly disrespectful, and it has taken the maximum amount of patience and swallowing your pride to deal with that motherfucking Buick being driven by Eddie Hearn. But I'm going to tell you right now, I hope you're a free agent. You was talking like you're a free agent, and that's why you said fuck Tyson Fury, right? Eddie Hearn ain't got no chain on you no more if he ain't good. If you do still have a chain on you, buy yourself out of that goddamn contract like Money Mayweather did and promote your damn self. Sheesh. What is your recommendation, Yolanda? Stop letting that slave driver drive you now. I'm tired of Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, you bastard. I don't like you. I don't like you, Big John Fury. I told y'all I don't like you, Big John. Peter Fury, I'm going to get your motherfucking ass too. You about damn worse than your daddy. Your daddy just loud and a fucking malignant narc. Peter Fury, stay out of the firing line now. Stay out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Let your brother Sean be the calm voice of reason. The rest of y'all brothers be quiet, because see, Eddie Hearn gonna gas y'all up, and then he gonna throw the match and walk away from the house and leave y'all in it to burn down with Tyson. So I would be careful the commentary I make, because we, the gods, do not forget. Recommendation: stand your ground. Okay, stand your ground meaning stay in your place too. All right, we already talked about this. Defend yourself. Stand up for what's right. All right, keep those soulmates, soul tribe members, brothers, sisters close to you that matter the most. Making investments, continue building. All right, keep your creative ideas safe. Things coming to fruition, hard work paying off. Harvest season. I did talk about harvest season. I mentioned that it's in the fall. Reward, profit, manifestation of an idea or a goal. Inheritance, nurture, growing, gestation, and nurturing. So inheritance, some of these people did do this to you over in inheritance. I did talk about the Swift Arc capital, and Swift Arc is spelled SWIFTARC capital, CAPITAL LLC. And I heard a noise in the kitchen at that same moment. Clarity, this is the truth, okay? This is the truth, remain clear. Write down your goals, ideas, do your vision boards, make new plans, continue to make new plans. Continue to strategize your victory and success. Work on having the breakthrough that you've always wanted for yourself, whatever that is. Focus, communication, achieving truth, vision, strength, and concentration. So we have another card about being a visionary. Then we have the Chariot, which is me. Didn't I say I'm not going to have it? There I am, Archangel Michael. That is me on the Chariot. This is the Cancer Major Arcana. So not only have you seen the truth here, and this is all for some clarity, here I am as Michael. This involves winning, being an overcomer, overcoming obstacles, being successful, ambitious, determined, having willpower. And I talked about the solar plexus chakra, which is about the power of will. I mentioned will, having self-control, controlling your anger, your outbursts, being self-disciplined. I also mentioned self-actualized, having dedication to hard work, concentration, and having high standards or high moral and ethical standards. I started this reading out talking about me being over law and legal. Here's your confirmation at the end. I also came out at the other reading, the Karmic Treachery episode 2, and I did say that there needed to be other standards when it comes to sex crimes and these politicians getting away with all kind of shit now. Mental activity, I'm going to ask them, this says big change or opportunity, seize the moment, jump in. This could have to do with you arriving somewhere or leaving somewhere. If you need to leave from around certain people, then leave from around certain people. I just told Anthony Joshua, if he ain't already got out from under the slave master Eddie Hearn, he needs to buy himself out and leave. Okay? Confidence, direction, honesty, wit, someone who's talkative, this could also represent someone being impatient, impulsive, intellectual, or bold. All right? Now, I want to put one on that Knight of Swords because I'm being pulled to do that because that's the only no card out here. I want y'all to clarify who is this Knight of Swords, because this Knight of Swords, this is one representation of me, and it came out right on top of me. Okay, right behind rather. So it's facing me though. Now, I want to know who this is. You got the Sun again on the bottom of the deck. Some of y'all are definitely dealing with a Leo, or you could be a Leo, or have a high Leo placement. I'm a Leo Sun in Vedic. Who is this Knight of Swords? Who is this? 3 cards. Page of Wands we already had. 10 of Wands. 5 of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Okay. This is the motherfucker you already cut off. Alright. Who sees that you know the truth. The Queen of Swords is a truthful person, male or female. And this person is in poverty and experiencing financial lack, outcast. Same thing they wanted for you. Them burdens are now on them, squarely on their shoulders. Do not accept apologies without the divine directing you to do so. This person is in the 4 and the 5 of Pentacles, all right? So this is about budgeting, but some of you, this did come out significantly in episode 2 of Karmic Treachery. So some of you do need to budget more yourself. I'm going to split the deck. Justice. This is your justice, all right? There's an 11. Legal system. I said over law. Now, in the tarot, this is Archangel Gabriel. Law. So what did I start out talking about? Law, justice, balance. Okay, so it says justice, karmic justice, consequences, legal disputes, law, honesty, integrity, life lessons, and truth. So I did just say that about buying out a contract for, and those who can do it, do it. Get out of there. Get out from under that, okay? Because you got somebody that was holding you hostage anyway, and it's always about the money, okay? It's always about the money. The Wheel of Fortune. Don't allow people to use you for your anointing, all right? It says good fortune, fate, changes, karma, soulmates, defining moments, cycles of life, destiny, wealth, turmoil, opportunities, accumulations of experiences, and good luck. All right, this is Jupiter's card. Bringing it on up in the rear with a 10 and then 11 with a justice being a Wheel of Fortune. Can't make it up. Thank you all for listening. If you will be interested in a personal reading, please check out the description box where you can find my email. Please email me if you're interested in a particular type of reading. Pardon me. Thank you, as always, for listening, supporting my channel, for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I will be back with you all soon with some more readings, and they won't all be super long. So I'm going to put up more content, but there's going to be a little bit of everything. So just look out for that if you don't mind. And you happen to be someone who YouTube doesn't properly notify, just periodically check, like every couple days or something, or every other day, whichever, and see if there's a video at the top of my video list, because I don't hardly ever go live, y'all, but I do publish, and sometimes my uploads will publish the first thing in the morning, and sometimes they'll publish really, really, really late, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So just check back. I'm going to continue to do the Most High's work and do what the Most High has told me to do when it comes to, oh yeah, this is a Venusian card for those that are interested. And this is, so we have the sun. So a lot of good happiness will be coming to a lot of you on the right side of justice. And some of you may be affected by seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, S-A-D, which is where, you know, the lowered sunlight and cloudiness can affect your mood negatively. In those cases, you can buy those sun lamps on Amazon and other places that can help you with the winter blues, but it's important to get enough vitamin D. So even when the sun's not out, you can talk to your doctor about a vitamin D supplement, or you can eat healthy fatty fish. So like sardines, mackerel, tuna, like yellowfin tuna, salmon, wild caught salmon, but don't overdo the salmon, because salmon is known in recent years to have a lot of parasites, because they're farming a lot of salmon and then putting that it's wild caught, but it's not always wild caught. So just speak to your doctor before you make any adjustments to your regimen. But I just wanted to say that because I was told to highlight that. And then when we split the deck, we got a page of swords. So if you got new ideas that you want to work on, be patient with yourself, because it even says delayed messages, need patience, ideas, inspiration. We started talking about inspiration and motivation in the beginning, which is coming full circle as it always does. Planning, vigilance, protection, and defensiveness. There's a lot of stuff here about defensiveness. Fairness, thinking before you speak, and having mental agility, also known as mental acuity and or fast wit. We talked about wittiness and cognition. Those of you who are really witty and brilliant, y'all, and you've been, you know, it's on your heart, and you know the Most High wants you to post content, whatever sector that's in, whether it's comedy, life purpose, life coaching, psychology, sharing the Bible with people, doing Bible studies, Bible commentary, Quran study, or Quranic study, whatever it is, even if it's spirituality based, like playing meditations and singing bowls and crystal singing bowls and things like that. Sharing your music, which is also ideas, then go ahead and do that. Work on that. But you need to be patient with yourself, because as with all things social media, in the air age of Aquarius, we got a double air here. And we got the, don't forget, Ace of Swords. This is in the truth. As with all things, it takes time to grow a presence on social media. So be patient with that regard, and certain people with an anointing are just not going to get the same kind of traffic put on their pages and their channels as other people. If you're, a lot of times, and that's going to be changing a lot more, you'll see more evidence of that, of the people who were suppressed growing exponentially. But a lot of times they don't want you to speak the truth. But I got that devil CEO up out of the way, and she got the loss that she deserves. Susan Wojcicki lost her son for fucking with me. All right, Ace of Wands for trying to hold me back and stop my progress. She lost her son. So don't you other CEOs on these tech platforms, or none of you other motherfuckers, make the mistake of doing what Susan did and losing something serious that you can't replace as well. All right. Now, outpouring. So like I said, those who have been suppressed, you're going to see some stuff pop now. That wheel is going to be spinning now. The Hermit. Keep your ideas secret, though. If you already know what's up, keep it secret. Now, I also wouldn't, even if you're asking people, I wouldn't even ask people's opinions like that unless it's somebody that you trust who is not in a competitive energy, and I would ideally pray on that before I talk to anybody about my ideas. I wouldn't even talk unless you got a trusted relative or grandparent or something. But you got to be careful with them relatives, because a lot of us chosen ones, elect ones, are born into families where they want us, where it's a lot of abuse and people wanting us up out of here before we can even get on God's path for us. So just think about those things. I will be back with you all soon. Namaste.